basketball is on the air. This is Countdown to Tip-Off for Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA Sports. Coming up, you're going to get a full preview of area games, analysis on this matchup, and keys to a Trojan win. Now let's head to the gym for Countdown to Tip-Off right here on KINA.
New year has dawned here in Gypsum, Kansas, and southeast of Saline's basketball teams will look to open it up the right way with a win on the hardwood as they get set to host the Lady Buffaloes and Buffaloes of Republic County. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the broadcast booth here on the campus of southeast of Saline in Gypsum, Kansas. Tyler Henry joined here by Tyler Smith, and it's the L&L Advisors Countdown to Tip-Off show. Tyler, this should make for a fun brand new start of the year type of matchup. It's good to get back to league play as well. For southeast of Saline, just one league matchup and a great chance to shake off some rust here in 2026. We'll get into the matchup, but overall, what are you looking to see out of the Lady Trojans here tonight?
Well, I think it's always just a great time. This time of the year, you get to reset, right? Like you have 6 games under your belt. You have an identity, but now you can go back and kind of look and see, things you need to tune up on, things you need to do. In this Southeast team, we've seen them do a lot of good things. They played great defense. They're rebounding the ball extremely well. They're doing all the little things well. Now it's just where's the scoring going to come from? Where's the scoring consistently going to come from? If the limited turnovers, everything's going well. Just got to shoot the ball a little bit better. This is a 4-2 Southeast Saline team that's doing well. It's a good team right now, but I think expectations for any Trojan team, anytime you're in the Purple Palace, anytime you're putting on a Trojan uniform, you're looking for state runs. And, this team, they got to shoot the ball a little bit better to make that run. But right now, you're just kind of liking where you are. Let's see what that break does and just when you kind of work on some things.
There have always been hallmarks of Shauna Smith basketball teams. One of those has been defense, and I think that has really shown up in a big way again this season. You feel good coming into the new year, even if you have to, maybe shake off some offensive rust. The defense is going to be there right out of the gate, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I love to compare Shauna Smith's basketball teams to Mitch Gebhardt's football teams. Like, it's defense first. We're going to pound you in the mouth. We're going to fight hard. And then we're going to go fast. Like, it's going to be fast play. We've seen, Mitch Gebhardt's football team, they just go. And the momentum, the tempo, they create the momentum and tempo, and then they control it after they create it. They can go fast, they can go slow. But once you create it, you kind of put your hands in it and decide which way you're going to go. It's exactly what Shauna Smith likes to do with her teams. She likes to go. The shot clock hasn't been an issue. There's been 0 issues with the shot clock so far this year. But, this is the team they want. If you could control the tempo, that means, you're the lead dancer. You want to go fast, you go fast. You want to go slow, you go slow. But when you control it, you have that opportunity.
I've made the comment, and maybe it's controversial, but to me, basketball without a shot clock, it doesn't feel like basketball. And you feel like the teams and the coaches that had their kids prepared to play real basketball have played well. Shauna Smith is one of those. We've seen that with Francis Flax's squad as well on the boys' side. It's one of those things that, like you said, it can throw, wrenches into some teams' plans. That's not been the case for SES, but it just feels like that transition, as you mentioned, has been pretty seamless this year.
Well, yeah, and it's something we talked about off air. This has always been a guard-heavy. You go back the last time there was a post player that just decided games, Zamali Chitty. And that's years and years and years back. There's always just been so many good perimeter players, and now you're starting to see some post players elevate their game. You're seeing, a Sutton Douglas. Charlotte Knopf is just doing everything right now. She's doing so many things defensively and offensively for Southeast. They don't really show up in the stat sheet, but she's doing so many things. But when you have a perimeter-heavy offense and a perimeter-heavy defense, you just go. You have better athletes. You just get out and run. You rarely see this team, take that 35 seconds down. They're just going to go. They want to outrun you. They want to beat you with their athleticism and beat you with their depth. I mean, that's another thing. Even without Abigail Pearson starting again tonight, there's still depth in the Southeast Saline team, and that's just the growth and just what you see with these younger players.
On the other side of the matchup, you've got a Republic County Lady Buffalo team. They come in 2-5 overall. They've struggled in league play so far. 2 of those losses to Minneapolis, 1 to Beloit right in the midst of that. This is a team that hasn't beaten Southeast of Saline since 2019. You feel like there's a lot of pressure there to come out and, perform well. For Southeast of Saline, I don't want to say that this is just to take care of business type of game. But at the same time, there's a business mentality when it comes to teams in the league that you've dominated, and it has to be all business again here tonight.
Yeah, it really does. And I'll tell you, Republic County has done such a great thing. It was 2 or 3 years ago. You go to Republic County, they have 12 12 athletes playing, and it's 12 athletes on their entire squad. So that means the exact same girls that are playing JV have to line up and play varsity again. You're seeing this roster. This roster's lit up. I mean, it's got, you see plenty of players warming up. They got players that can score. There's athletic athletes there. But yes, it comes down to now, if you are a team that's going to compete for the NCAA title, which Southeast Salina has either won or shared 4 straight years, and a team that wants to make a state run. These are games, regardless of what break it is, whatever you're doing, you got to come out and win and kind of come out and, put the hammer down.
We'll talk more about it, as we kind of get into our keys to the game presented by New Image Audio, and we'll get those later on. But one thing that pops off the page at me, you look at what Republic County has done well this season. One of those players, Kylie Stone, 8 points, 3 rebounds a game. She stands in at 5'10". She's a senior, so a veteran with a little bit of size. We have seen, really since Molly Chitty, as you mentioned a moment ago, Southeast has had to find ways to contend with taller players inside the post. We've seen that work out well for them defensively, but what do they have to do against a player like Kylie Stone here this evening?
Well, I think against a player like Kylie Stone, obviously the help side defense always has to be on that backside. You got to make sure that it's there. You're trying to get the pass over whoever's defender on the front side, make sure that backside is there, and then whoever Kylie Stone's guarding on the defensive side, they got to run, they got to go, and that's what makes this group so much fun. You're going to see people like Charlotte Knopf, we talked about her earlier, Eliana Smith, super athletic, she can sprint on the court. Freshman Veda Durfee just continues to get her feet wet, continues to find ways to make things really, really difficult for opposing teams because she's super athletic. And I, as a freshman, you're not really used to working a lot on the junior high level, right? Like sometimes if you're the bigger, most athletic person, it's not the, you don't always get into like how you work. I'm excited to see how she comes out of this Christmas break and this practice strand and see how she just goes because she's an athlete. She's going to be a name that we talk about for years. I'm excited to see what she does tonight.
Well, and speaking of that, there was one final thing that I wanted to at least get your opinion on here. And, again, I love coming in here, working with Southeast of Saline, and they had a couple of freshmen last year, Reese Heinrich and Kaya Samuelson. You looked at them out on the floor and you said, like you said about Veda Durfee a moment ago, they're going to be good for a long time. Sophomore season, it feels like both of them have taken that step forward. Where have you seen them improve the most from last year to this year?
Just the comfort level. It's the ball handling. Reese Heinrich now controls the game. I think last year, as a freshman point guard, it's one of those things like you're facing the Hestons, you're facing a very, very tough schedule, but now it's like, okay, things have settled down a little bit. Reese and Kaya both had a lot of success at other sports. They were both, all-state softball players. Just when you have that other success, you kind of feel like you belong, like you're supposed to be here. That's when you really excel. Taryn Getz, another sophomore, didn't get a lot of varsity minutes last year. Is getting more and more this year. Instant offense. What she's worked on is her defense. She does so many things. It's Sutton Douglas, the senior, that just with the, with Abigail Pearson not being in the lineup, for the last 5 games, it's Sutton that's just doing that dirty stuff. She's fighting people for rebounds. She's bringing down all the boards. She's doing a lot of that dirty work. All of a sudden, this stuff starts growing, and you get Abigail back. It's a good thing. If you're gonna lose a top player, you got the Christmas break to get her healthy, so it'll be fun to see this team go.
Certainly will. It should make for some fun basketball here on a Friday night. We'll step away. We're back with it when we return. We'll take a 3-minute break. On the other side, it's starting lineups and the opening tip between Southeast of Saline and Republic County. This is Southeast of Saline girls basketball. You're watching courtesy of Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Southeast wins! Southeast of Saline wins! Trojan fans, it's not too late to get your 2024 state championship merch or to get custom gear to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 2005 state championship team at Copyco. In addition to great SES gear that you can wear all year round, Copyco also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity from football and basketball to choir and band. See them at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Are you looking to upgrade your home with high-quality flooring and appliances? Look no further than Salina Appliance and Flooring. We're your one-stop shop for all your home improvement needs. We offer a wide selection of flooring and appliance options. Visit our showroom today located at 740 North 9th or our website at salinaappliance.com.
The Appliance Center, your local, trustworthy, and family-owned appliance dealer, providing sales, service, and parts for Salina and the surrounding area since 1980. The Appliance Center, just north of Ace Hardware on Broadway in the red and white building. Stop in today and experience the Appliance Center difference.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back to action here in Gypsum. Tyler Henry alongside Tyler Smith filling in for Devin Haney here on a Friday night on Southeast of Saline High School basketball. It's presented tonight by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and we have got a national anthem. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll introduce the starting lineups for you here in Gypsum, Kansas. Back in a bit here on KINA.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event is on now. Save with preseason pricing on genuine C&H twine for round balers and square balers, small or large. Choose from a variety of proven net wrap like Armor Net, Legacy, Bale Keeper, American Net, and Varsity Net. Maximum length and maximum strength for the performance you expect. See your parts professional for select rebates and ordering at Can-Equip in Solomon.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back inside the gym here in Gypsum, Kansas, Tyler Henry, Tyler Smith, as we get you ready for a matchup between Southeast of Saline and Republic County. And let's get right into it. Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans enter ranked 9th in the state in Class 3A. They are 4-2 overall. They are 0-1 in league play. They will put on the floor a 5'2" sophomore in Reese Heinrich, averaging 11 points and 2 assists per game. A 5'7" sophomore in Kaya Samuelson, averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. A 5'7" senior in Sutton Douglas, averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds a game. 5'5" junior Reagan Duran, averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds a game. And rounding out the starting five, it's a 6'1" senior in Charlotte Knopf. On the other side, Republic County comes into this contest. They are 2-5 overall. They're 0-3 in league play. They are looking for their first win over Southeast of Saline since 2019. They will start a 5'7" senior in Talon Melton, averaging 8 points a game. A 5'10" junior in Addie Kucher, averaging 4 points a game. 5'7" junior Giada Smith, averaging 2 points and 5 rebounds a game. 5'5" senior Dakota Peters, averaging 4 points a game. And rounding out the starting five in the post, it's 5'10" senior Kylie Stone, averaging 8 points and 3 rebounds per game. And before we get this ball in the air, Tyler Smith, go ahead and give us your new image audio keys to the game for Southeast of Saline to start the new year off with a big notch in the win column.
Sorry, Tyler, we're all about New Year's resolutions this time of the year, right? And your New Year's resolutions is you got to shoot the ball better if you're Southeast Saline. Like that's the end of the story. You got to figure out a way when your shots are getting, if you're getting good shots, you got to make sure those are going through the bucket. What better way to do that than transition buckets? It starts on the defensive side. You play good defense. You get out and run. You use your athleticism. Use your studs, your athletes, your thoroughbreds. Get them out. Get them outside. Get them inside. Get them wherever you can. But you got to work yourself to better shots. And then all of a sudden those better shots, when they start falling, defenses will collapse, hit the outside shots. Hey, this is a great time to be a Trojan. Get it going right now, 2026. Let's see if we can make this a magical run.
That'll close out our L&L Advisors Countdown to Tip-Off show. We are just about ready to get this game underway. No surprise, it'll be Kylie Stone stepping inside the circle. Or sorry, it will be Giada Smith stepping inside the circle. Opposite her is Charlotte Knopf, and Southeast of Saline will win the tip. They will start with the basketball. They want to get right to work, and, well, there you go. One shot, one make. Kaya Samuelson gets Southeast of Saline on the board, and the Lady Trojans immediately go to the full court press.
And that's what Samuelson can do. She gets 2 feet in the lane. She's dangerous. She goes up strong. Nice finish from number 4, the sophomore, Kaya Samuelson.
Republic County comes out tonight. They have their all-red jerseys, blue numerals trimmed in white for Southeast of Saline. It's the all-white jerseys with the purple numerals. No trim for Southeast. Three-pointer from the outside, top of the key. That's no good. Ball tipped away and out of bounds, and it will stay with Republic County. The first take of the day for, looks like Talon Melton, but unable to hit it. SES still holding an early 2-0 lead. Again, coverage of this game is presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and there's your answer. Republic County's Dakota Peters gets the Lady Buffs on the board.
Yeah, nice little baseline inbounds play right there. Peters just set up 15 feet away, nobody around her. Nice shot from Peters.
Southeast of Saline working through offense. Again, that brand new shot clock installed up ahead reads 20 as SES takes it right to the hole. That's a strong basket for Sutton Douglas. Just disregards the defense.
And Tyler, that's the one thing. When Sutton gets to that left side, she understands angles. She understands so much of her game. She used a strong, powerful body to get herself that bucket.
Republic County nearly commits a turnover. They are able to salvage it, and the Lady Buffs will stop and reset. You look through Republic County's body of work so far this year. They are coming off of some really tough league losses. Here it's a good-looking shot underneath, but Southeast will run down the rebound. And Tyler, you go back and look, it was a 44-28 loss to Minneapolis, 71-23 to Beloit, and then 52-22 in the second game against the Lady Lions. Republic County just trying to keep things closer here.
Yeah, they are, and we're seeing them drop into a zone. I mean, they're a little loose man, little zone, but they're going to have to pick things up defensively. We've seen it earlier. We see an alternating possession. It's going to go to Republic County, but kind of loose. You know, it's kind of confusing the defense to run. When I say confusing from our eyes, not necessarily an offensive eyes, but it's just kind of, if it's going to be that sagged off man, there's going to be a lot of threes shot from Southeast.
First turnover of the night actually belongs to Southeast of Saline. You got to give some credit here. Republic County's broken the zone well, and they're going to be rewarded with a basket on the other end. Kylie Stone takes it all the way herself, ties this game up at 4 apiece.
Yeah, good finish from Stone. I thought Knopf did a good job just putting the body up, putting the hands up, and every once in a while that's what you're going to give up when you run that press.
Lady Trojans looking for an opening here. They go with a cross-court pass. Finds the corner. Three-pointer flies. That's off the mark, and the long rebound is run down by Republic County. Good take there for Kaya Samuelson. Again, you got to knock a few down, and here's a quick steal. Reese Heinrich picks the pocket, takes it right down the floor, and drops it in. First bucket of the night for Reese Heinrich, and the lead back to Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, the hands are always active from Heinrich. Just a great job keeping her body in place, just keeping her hands active.
There you go. Another turnover. This time the shot is blocked, but Southeast of Saline maintains possession, and that is quickly back-to-back turnovers on Republic County. Lady Trojans looking to capitalize. They will dump it off in the post again, and they will be rewarded with another bucket. Boy, Sutton Douglas, no rust to speak of into the new year, and another ball poked out of bounds. It will stay with Republic County, but boy, the press is heating up here.
Yeah, and Tyler, it's that move from Douglas right there. That's just the maturity in her game. She used to be just downhill, left hand right there. We saw her catch the ball on the block, and she goes to the right. Nice little spin and fade away. Great play from the senior.
Taryn Getz checks in for Southeast of Saline. Scalabaxa is in here for Republic County, and the Lady Buffaloes looking to break this full court press. 8-4, the early lead for Southeast of Saline. Both baskets de facto in transition for Republic County. Here's another steal for Southeast. It's Kaya Samuelson again, streaking down the floor, splits the defense, but cannot finish the shot. This ball rolls out of bounds, and it will stay with Southeast of Saline. So even off a miss there, you see the hustle, another hallmark of the Shauna Smith era.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you saw just a great play defensively, leads to a transition opportunity. That's one of those you want to see kind of Kaya look up. She had Taryn to the opposite side, or Kaya just stop with that strong jump stop and then go up strong, as we saw her finish on her first bucket of the night.
Veda Durfee checks into the game for Southeast of Saline. You mentioned the youngster back on the floor. Here's a three from the left wing. You bet. Reese Heinrich knocks it down from the outside, and the Lady Trojan lead is 11-4.
And Tyler, that's another thing that we've seen, throughout the year. Despite being 4-2 and, there's 2 losses, there's no bad shots. Sometimes they're just not falling in. Right there, Heinrich gets the shot up.
Here, it's a jump ball on the floor. That should return it to Southeast of Saline, and the Lady Trojans force their third turnover of the game.
And you always have to count. Let's count floor burns. Let's go back to Jared Haas days, at KU. It's all about your counting floor burns. I guarantee if there's a loose ball, you're going to see multiple Trojans on the floor for it. It's a lot of times Heinrich.
Southeast of Saline, you talk about the intensity. Obviously, the full court pressure's always been there, but like you said, those 50-50 balls, they're tough to win against the Lady Trojans. Here, it's an unfortunate travel underneath. That'll turn the ball back over. And Tyler, consistency has been another thing. You look at quarters where Southeast will come out, they'll hit every shot, they'll force the turnovers, and then they'll go dry and they'll have a quarter or two where they only score 5, 6, 7 points. If they could find a way to string it together for 4 quarters, this feels like a team that can make a run deep in the state.
Yeah, it really does. And again, we're doing this without Abigail Pearson, a senior that's been around. She started as a freshman. She did so many things. She's done so many things for 4 years. She's been out the last 3 or 4 games. Once she comes back, watch out.
Here it's a foul, the first of the game. It's been a relatively clean contest so far, but this one is tagged on Reese Heinrich. It'll be her first.
And I really like that move from Kylie Stone. Stone saw that she had Heinrich kind of off balance, and she just goes to the bucket. If you do that, if you see somebody out of position and you drive to the bucket, you're going to get that foul call.
Southeast back on the defensive. It is interesting to me, the shot clock resets to the full 35. That's something you wonder if Keisha might take a look at, but any change of possession that comes back to you for any reason, you get the full amount. Here it's another fight for the basketball. It will stay with Republic County, but it's an interesting distinction, right? At the college level, if you get the ball back, you get 20 instead of the full 35. Here at the high school level, it's a full reset.
Yeah, and with regardless, we talk about the shot clock all the time, just, kind of off air and with other people. It's nice to have that flow. It just creates the flow, regardless of how you're going to do it and rule it. It's nice to have in the game.
Republic County gets it in here. They're struggling to get the shots that they want. Again, both of their makes so far came kind of in transition before Southeast has gotten set. They do not have a single bucket against Southeast half-court defense. Looking for their first here as they work it around at the top. They've got it now on the right wing. This is Dakota Peters. Inside the post. Good-looking shot, but it will not fall. Kylie Stone off balance, and then a frustration foul committed by Stone. That will give Republic County a chance to make a sub as Addie Kucher is back into the game, and Kylie Stone will check out.
Yeah, and Stone made a nice post move right there. I thought maybe Samuelson got away with a foul. Regardless, it's not called, and you see Durfee come down with a strong rebound, and you're exactly right, just the frustration foul on Stone. And that's the thing, even though this lineup's small, like everybody can guard everybody, and there's always help coming from the backside if you can just hold your ground long enough.
Well, and for as much as size has been a point of contention, Southeast has not really been beaten on the glass this year. Here's a top of the key three-pointer. That's off the mark, no good, and the rebound is taken in by Republic County. Reagan Duran just a little too strong.
Yeah, it's a huge call right there, just their rebounding. I mean, they're eliminating second-chance opportunities, and that's huge.
Here's a steal, and guess who? It's Kaya Samuelson again. Her defender is able to get back, though, and block the shot. Give a lot of credit there to Republic County's Mackenzie Banahan.
Yeah, Banahan did a good job. Anytime you lose the ball, it's easy to hang your head and not get back. Banahan got herself back and made a good defensive play on Samuelson.
Banahan, 6 foot tall, the biggest girl on either roster from a height perspective. Here's a ball poked away. Southeast forcing yet another turnover. And again, it will not lead to a bucket, but it will put Reese Heinrich at the free throw line as she will shoot 2.
Yeah, and we're seeing this a couple times now. We're seeing this fast break, and we're seeing some missed layups. Kind of got bailed out with a foul call right there. Looks like on, I don't know who the foul was on.
Dakota Peters.
Called him Peters. But you might want to see a jump stop right there and just, kind of get players up, and then we'll see what happens. But, that's just something that comes with the flow. Get that jump stop, see if you can get some contact, and then go up and try to get an and-one opportunity.
2-for-2 swap will bring Charlotte Knopf and Sutton Douglas back into the ball game. They will replace Reagan Duran and Veda Durfee. Second free throw on the way. That one no good, but Southeast gets it back out to the shooter. Three-pointer falls, and it's Reese Heinrich again.
Offensive board from Knopf. Knopf knows exactly what to do. She's got the ball at 15 feet. If Knopf has the ball at 5 feet, you want her to shoot it. She didn't have it at 5 feet. She had it at 15. Kicks it out to Heinrich for the 3.
Here we've got another whistle. And it looks like this will stay with Republic County, but Southeast really ratcheting up that defense. They have forced 6 turnovers already. And a quick correction on my part, it is SES basketball. They will inbound it in front of the Republic County bench. Ball comes into Kaya Samuelson on the right wing. Cross-court pass back to the hot hand, and it's good again. Reese Heinrich, back-to-back-to-back triples, and Southeast's lead up to 17-4.
Well, and Heinrich is she's a worker. She's a rat. She understands what work is. She's playing defense right there, telling the officials to travel. But you can't give her space. If you give her space, she's going to knock that down all night.
Southeast settling in offensively. Here on the other end, a wide open look missed underneath. Sutton Douglas pulls down the rebound, and here come the Lady Trojans. Streaking back down the floor. Taryn Getz steps inside. Whistle and a foul, and they will call that in the act of shooting. So 2 free throws coming up here for Getz.
Yeah, and very awkward. And it looks awkward right here, but that's something that Getz works on. It's that we'll call it a Euro step. We'll just go old school with or we'll just use the terminology that's being used now. But it's the way that she can use her 2 steps and go laterally and not just forward at all times. It's a great move by Getz to create contact.
Is there new terminology for the Euro step that I'm not aware of?
No, I just completely misspoken. Maybe I should have spoke European right there. But just a great job from Getz to get herself to the lane. I think that's one of the biggest things. If you can offensively get 2 feet in the lane, and you give yourself a good opportunity offensively.
Duran splits the tries, 1 for 2 at the stripe. Southeast lead up to 14. It's 18-4. And remember, it was 4-4. So right now, Southeast is on a 14-0 run and looking to add to it. Republic County looking to put a stop to it, and they will have a chance at the free throw line as Southeast collects another foul. This one is called against Eliana Smith, I believe.
Yeah, Smith right there. I think she had good position, just stays strong with it. All of a sudden you see her go for the block. But I think a lot of times players don't understand as that first free throw is missed. Just being in position creates a really difficult situation for those offensive players in that break.
First free throw, no good for Republic County. Lady Buffs back at the line. Giada Smith's second, also no good. Those, by the way, Tyler, the first 2 free throw attempts of the night for the Lady Buffs. Trying to shake off some of that offensive rust on their own end. Southeast, really impressive defensively, although they will cough this up. It's deflected, so SES is able to pick it back up as it was last touched by Skolabaxa. Now it's turned over, and this time Republic County makes sure to secure it. So Southeast will settle back in. Here's a deep 3-pointer. That one well short. Republic County will try to throw it back in. It's wrestled away. And the Lady Trojans back out on the run as we've entered the final minute of quarter number 1. Slipping underneath into a ton of contact. Yeah, you knew that was going to be a foul from the very beginning.
And Devin, it's the Tyler. Gosh darn. Apologies. It's the defensive rebound from Sutton Douglas. And she gets that, and she understands that there's a player on the other baseline. You've already got numbers. So Sutton pushes the ball up. There's not many forwards that can do that. She pushes the ball up, gets it up to Getz. Getz all of a sudden attacks. You have numbers. Sutton just understood the numbers game right there and got Taryn Getz to the free throw line.
Getz misses the first. One more on the way, and gets that one to go. So Taryn Getz splits the tries, 19-4 is our new score. Republic County still just trying to get the ball across the timeline. Here they will, a chance in transition, and another shot shoved too strong. The rebound pulled down by SES.
And that's something we saw. Sutton Douglas, that's the first time she's been in that position. Right there, you see a turnover, just miscommunication from Heinrich to Smith. But that's the first time she's been that last player, that kind of safety valve, and she just played it perfectly.
20-4 is our score here in Southeast. Going to pick the pocket again. Taryn Getz takes it away. Lady Trojans 2-on-2. Getz will take it herself, and she will score as we're inside the final 15 seconds. Republic County, well, they're going to call a foul here, and that one will go against Sutton Douglas.
And again, I don't know what it looks like, watch on SalinaPost.com for free, anytime, on demand. But what Getz did right there from our angle, it's lateral steps. They're 2 feet to get her with her 2 steps. All of a sudden, get that left-handed layup. Like, she goes straight. It's not an easy job for her. She did a great job creating that space.
Looks like we got some clock issues, so they will throw this back in. 10.5 seconds for Republic County to get something up on the board. Again, it was 4-4. At last check, now the scoreboard is off. At last check, it was 20-4. So Southeast of Saline trying to close this out on a clean 16-0 run. Republic County working the ball around the perimeter. They've got 5 seconds left. Kicking the corner, wide open three-pointer. That will go at the buzzer, and that is how the first quarter will come to a close. It's a big-time three-pointer for Republic County, and they are able to pick it up courtesy of Talon Melton. We'll step away when we come back at second quarter action. This is Southeast of Saline Hoops, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Opening our doors in 1999, Salina Surgical Hospital specializes in excellence in surgical services and digestive health care. It is the depth of experience and the abilities of the physicians and nurses at Salina Surgical Hospital that make it the ideal place for high-tech and high-touch to unite. Patients tell us, I knew I was in good hands with the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Salina Surgical Hospital. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local community-involved physicians.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Back to basketball action here in Gypsum. Want to thank a few folks for their help in bringing you coverage of tonight's game, including Kansas Bankers Technologies, Salina Fence Company, the Southeast of Saline Education Foundation, and APAC Shears. 22-7 is the lead for Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans, and Tyler Smith, it's been mostly Southeast. Here, it's a foul on the inside. They will call this against Charlotte Knopf, but SES closed out the quarter on an 18-3 run.
Yeah, huge run. It all stemmed from defense and just led to easy buckets on the offensive side, and that always plays. Like you said, defense will play nonstop.
Southeast back on the defensive here. Republic County in the red jerseys. SES in the all-whites with the purple numbers. Shot clock is still chilling at 25 as Republic County works the ball back out to the top. They will take a three-pointer, and that one is left short. That was Talon Melton who hit the big buzzer beater to get Republic County, not necessarily back into the game, but at least to get something back on the board. Here it's Douglas down low, and she will knock it home. Sutton Douglas. Boy, decent defense for Republic County. Douglas just doesn't seem to care.
Yeah, great defense. Horrible angle. The protractor was pulled out, and Douglas hit the right angle right there to hit that tough shot.
Republic County just trying to get some semblance of offense strung together here. That's not going to do the job. As, well, an offensive rebound pops out. That'll roll its way near the sideline, and they're going to say Republic County got possession and a timeout called, so Ashley Nooch will save possession, and that'll give us a quick moment to remind the folks at home. Don't forget to check out our Salina Post Facebook page and at SPost Sports on X after the game to see video highlights from around the area, proudly presented by Billings Group. And a reminder that the Southeast of Saline Booster Club is bringing you live coverage to showcase their exceptional student athletes that build purple power. It's always a great day to be a Trojan. Tyler Smith, it seems like just, hey, everything you're doing, do more of it. Southeast is dominating this game.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it comes from the defense. We're going to sound like a broken record, but if you play great defense, you're going to give yourself, easier offensive opportunities. You're going to be able to go out and run. I think the biggest thing is you've seen a rotation of 8 already in the first quarter and already early on in the second quarter. You keep that rotation going. I mean, you continue to give players opportunities that you'll take advantage of. Obviously, we talk about, the Christmas break. You get you've had your identity. And then you get 4 days of practice. I know they missed the opening day due to weather, where they didn't come out and practice, just didn't want players driving out here. But all of a sudden, you can now just kind of mold your team a little bit different. I think so far, you got to like what you see for Coach Shauna Smith.
Republic County will inbound this. They've got another opportunity to work through some offense, and well, they're going to go with a quick trigger three-pointer. Top of the key, no good for Talon Melton. What do you want to see Republic County do just to try to settle in and find some better looks?
Well, I think you got to work some offense, right? You can't settle for that outside shot. I know that's the easiest one to do, but you miss those outside shots, that just leads to, runaways from Southeast.
Here, downhill, this time no good on the left-handed finish. Sutton Douglas can't quite get it done. 6:24 left to go. Still just one basket made here in the second quarter between these two teams. Almost another turnover forced by Southeast of Saline, but Republic County able to salvage it just in time. Here you see the Lady Buffaloes. While they're trying to work through offense, they'll call a foul here against Southeast, and that is going to go against Sutton Douglas. For Douglas, I believe that is her second.
Yeah, it's a tough one on Douglas right there, just guarding the perimeter. Just like she kind of slid her hand in. Nevertheless, officials looked at it as a foul.
Here, it's another quick shot off the inbound, and Southeast will take down the miss. We have got a foul, and that's going to be just another frustration foul, this time against Dakota Peters.
And that's something
that that is Kylie Stone.
That is something that Reagan Duran has done. Offensively, Reagan's numbers probably aren't where they want her to be at, where she wants them to be at. But she just, again, does the dirty stuff. I mean, she's grabbing defensive boards. She'll grab offensive boards. Right there, you see her rip that board away, get fouled. She just does all the hustle plays you need her to do.
6 minutes left to go before halftime. Southeast with a head fake on a three-pointer. They work through offense. Here's an open three-point shooter on the left wing. Too strong that time for Reese Heinrich. By the way, we didn't mention it, but Heinrich, 12 points in the first quarter, including 3 made three-pointers. She has had the hot hand to start the game.
Yeah, just completely spark the offense. Anytime you can get that defense to stretch out, it makes everything so much easier down low, and Reese did that.
Here it's another three-point attempt, and that seems to be the offense. Just get it to Talon Melton and hope she can find a way to make more than a few. Just the one make so far for her as this ball's off the foot of Douglas. It'll be a Southeast of Saline turnover. But at a certain point, when do you admit that the well has run dry?
I don't know if you do. I mean, with all due respect to Republic County, I think if you find what you're going to be successful at, I don't know if you can continue to run this. We've seen them miss a lot of shots inside the paint.
Here, good movement.
Yes.
That's what you need to see if you're Republic County, and that'll lead to a timeout called by Southeast of Saline. But Dakota Peters able to get Republic County back on the board. And, despite all of the great defensive work that Southeast has done, they've only scored one basket in this entire quarter, and these are the dry spells we taled about earlier.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, when we talk about Heinrich having 12 in the first quarter, it's come from 3 threes. All of a sudden, you eliminate those. Let's say she's shooting, she's not on fire, and all of a sudden you eliminate those 12 points. This game looks a lot different. So what do you do when the outside shot's not falling? You got to continue to work the offense. I want to see more people getting downhill, getting 2 feet in the lane. Once you get 2 feet in the lane, it's either a good shot or defense collapses and you can dish off to somebody and you go for an easier shot. That's what you got to work on. You cannot have these extended spells, of offense just struggling if you're Southeast.
I want to take this moment to thank the good folks at Copyco, Frisbee Construction, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, and Salina Ortho for helping bring you coverage of Southeast of Saline basketball all season long and for free here on the Salina Post YouTube page Southeast back to work, up 24-9, 4:55 left to go here in quarter number 2 as we work our way towards halftime. A reminder coming up on the Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. We'll chat with Francis Flax. Here's a three-pointer. That'll go from the short corner. And Taryn Gatz for their second made field goal of the night, but it is a big one for Southeast of Saline.
And we saw Republic County drop into a 1-3-1, a little bit different look, and you just see Gatz running that baseline, like old school, like MAYB, Little League type stuff, but there were multiple screens to get Getz loose right there, and she buries the three.
And that's the thing, too, so versatile. I mean, you can't take away one or two players for Southeast of Saline. You leave anybody open, they will find a way to hurt you. This should be a transition layup, and it is, as Republic County comes back with the answer, this time courtesy of Addison Kuchar.
Yeah, Kuchar, good catch. I mean, great catch right there in transition, then goes up strong. Good finish from Kuchar.
Southeast trying to get back into the rhythm offensively. They'll kick it out. Here's a three-pointer with the contact. And Reese Heinrich is going to have a chance at the 4-point play.
And good ball movement, right? You like that three when the ball moves around. Ball moved around a little bit, kicked back out to Heinrich, buries the three, and then gets buried herself as she picks herself back up, gives the official the thumbs up that she's okay.
Just ridiculous stuff. She missed the last two that she took, but, hey, you get a little contact on the perimeter. Maybe that's what it takes.
Tyler, I've seen Reese just in her young Trojan career do so many things that nothing she does will amaze me. I mean, it's just a great bucket and absorbing the contact.
Heinrich knocks down the free throw, so there it is, the 4-point play. A rarity at any level of basketball, to be certain. Southeast back into the full court trap. Republic County, I will say, doing a better job of breaking it. They almost turned it over here. They are able to get a shot out of the deal. Contact, no whistle. We play on. And the rebound by Southeast of Saline off the miss as they get it up to Heinrich. Now forward to Getz. Getz, runs into a brick wall. Southeast going to have to stop and reset. And there we've got a foul in the act of shooting. Poor Taryn Getz just trying to drive. And, boy, the feet were certainly set. But that was, oh, boy.
But I like that, and that's the way the game's been officiated. I'm fine with that. Anytime you see that, and Getz will know next time she's going to come to a jump stop, she's going to go up strong, and that's something Getz will learn as Veda Durfee fouled him the shot, hits that first free throw. But, that's just – I know that's a point of emphasis that Coach Shauna Smith talked about. Like, we have to figure out how the officials are going to call the game and then play the game they're going to let us do. You've seen them defensively. They're getting handsy with people, but you just got to do what you do until the officials start calling things.
And to be fair, like I said, the feet were set here. Second free throw miss, splitting the tries as Durfee. Southeast gets an offensive rebound, and the Lady Trojans will have a chance to reset with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. Kick in the corner, wisely turning down the three-pointer, turning up the good shot to look for a great shot. Here it is, three-pointer left wing, no good for Kaya Samuelson, and the rebound is wrestled away by Republic County.
Yeah, don't mind that at all as well. I mean, it looks like kind of a quick shot. You talked about giving up that shot for that, but it looked like Samuelson got herself a little rhythm dribble, got herself an open shot, just missed it from the wing.
Here, they will turn down the three. Will the Lady Buffaloes step in for a two? Good-looking shot. Nothing doing that time, though, for Dakota Peters.
And that's what Duran does. Again, it's a defensive rebound. She shouldn't be getting those defensive rebounds. She's just so explosive.
No-look pass, corner three, a little too strong, and there for the board on the other side is Mackenzie Banahan. For as much as Republic County has maybe a little bit of a size advantage, there has been no attempt to go to the post. Here, they don't even get to the post. Reese Heinrich forcing another turnover. Southeast of Saline kicks it. Cross-court, three-pointer on the way. Yes, sir! Southeast buries the triple. It's Reagan Duran with her first bucket of the night, and it puts Southeast ahead 35-11.
And Devin, not only her first bucket of the night, I think that might be Duran's first three of the year. And we've seen her, she's a junior. We've seen her freshman and sophomore year hit a lot of threes, and that's the first time she just decided she's going to let it loose. Big-time three from Duran.
Absolutely monumental. While we've got a break in the action, I want to thank a few folks for their coverage or their help in bringing you coverage of today's game, including the Kniper Agency of Farmers Insurance, the Appliance Center, Stardust Trophy, Bank of Tesket, and Phillips Seed Farms. Of course, both of these games are presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And boy, I'll tell you what, normally we kind of critique the first half. We look at our keys for the second half. The critique part might be a little short here at the half.
It might be so far, everything's working well. Defense is working. You're hitting some shots. Again, talking about that New Year's resolution. What are you going to do? You got to hit some shots. You start unload. Obviously, Heinrich coming out on fire just makes things so much easier. Just kind of gives everybody that, all right, we're back. We can take a deep breath, and you just go to work after that.
Both teams step back out on the floor. Quick reminder, coming up here on our Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report, we will have a chat with Francis Flax, presented by Frisbee Construction. Take a look forward to the second game of our doubleheader here tonight. Southeast back on the defensive here, 2:33 left to go in the first half. Republic County trying to work through offense. They do get it inside, and a tough take finds its way through. Gianna Smith with her first make of the night, and now all 5 starters have scored. The problem, no one has more than 1 bucket. 3-pointer for Southeast from the wing, no good. Offensive rebound wrestled down, and an easy stick-back bucket for the Lady Trojans underneath. That time getting the job done, it was Veda Durfee.
And Tyler, that's what Veda Durfee can do. Just down low, grabs the offensive board. Everybody's confused. She just rips it down and goes right back up for the 2.
Now on the other end, they're going to call a foul against Eliana Smith on the baseline. It kind of looked like Mackenzie Banahan lost her balance, but one way or another, that is the call. They'll call it on the floor, and Republic County will inbound this. They will also take this moment to check in Talon Melton.
Yeah, I like that move from Banahan. She understands. If you're one-on-one, you got baseline, you're against somebody else, just drive to the basket right there. Elena Smith called for an unfortunate foul.
Southeast trying to contend the inbound here. This ball, Plinko's off about 4 different players. They'll say that it stays with Republic County. Remember, the Lady Trojans led 22-7 at the end of the first quarter. 37-13 is our score now. 1:53 left to go. This ball bounced onto the baseline. We'll pick it up on the right wing. Good positioning. Oh, and a shot that just crawls out on Banahan. That was the look they wanted, just not able to finish.
Yeah, had Heinrich guarding Banahan. Bad matchup for Southeast. You got to hit those if you're Republic County to stay in this game.
Southeast of Saline patiently working through offense, although now wrestling for the ball underneath. The arrow will keep it with Southeast.
And that's a tough one. It's freshman Durfee to senior Smith, and you have to understand what senior Smith going to do with that ball 15 feet away. Like, that's got to be a bounce pass where she's, getting ahead of steam going towards the bucket, and that's something the freshman will understand. Again, talking about junior high to high school, you got to put people in positions they can be successful at.
Minute 31 left to go, splitting the defense and drawing the contact. Southeast going to be rewarded with a few free throws here, as stepping to the line is Reagan Duran.
And it's Duran's just athleticism, gets herself, close right there, ball fake at 15 feet away, drives to the bucket, elevates over everyone, absorbs the contact, gets herself to the free throw line for 2.
First free throw is off the mark, wide right for Reagan Duran. Had the big made 3-pointer earlier. It's classic Southeast basketball. 6 different players have scored in this game. Most of them contributing multiple buckets. Second free throw, that one finds its way through, and Reagan Duran extends the lead. It's 38-13, Southeast of Saline. Minute 22 left to go here in the first half, as we quickly approach halftime here in Gypsum. More good ball movement, trying to work inside out this time are the Lady Buffaloes. They've got it with Melton. Now they slip it inside, kick it out. Half the shot clock is gone. Still working around the perimeter, but Southeast just sealing up all the options. They will shove a shot at the backboard. That's way wide of the mark, and Southeast pulls down the board. They want to throw it ahead quickly to Heinrich. Sets, fires. Yes, sir! Reese Heinrich has her 5th made 3-pointer tonight.
And Devin, again, it's defense to offense. I know it sounds so simple and so easy, but you get yourself open transition threes like that, and they're buried. It just highlights the defensive activity on the other side.
41-13. Southeast of Saline will get at least one more possession. 20 on the shot clock here for Republic County. Lady Buffaloes will settle for a 3-point attempt. It's in and out, no good. They've only made 1 3-pointer in this entire game, and now if Southeast of Saline wants, they can slow it down and play for the final shot of the first half. 12 seconds left to go. They will get it off to Heinrich on the left wing. Give it up in the corner. 7 left to shoot. Now back in the hands of Kaya Samuelson. Time down to 4, down to 3. They'll fire a 3-pointer way short. That'll bring us to the halftime intermission. Southeast of Saline up and up big. It is a whopping 41-13 lead here at the halftime intermission. Coverage of this game presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. When we come back, it is our Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime show here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the AmSoil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
41-13 is the lead for southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans as we head to the halftime report, presented as always by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. And we're joined here by Francis Flax. Our conversation presented by Frisbee Construction. Coach, first and foremost, Happy New Year. Hope your holidays were good. And it was nice to get a little bit of a break for you and the guys here in between the home stretch.
Yeah, thank you for the New Year's wishes, and same to you. Yeah, it was good. The football boys needed a break.
Yes.
Because they didn't get any kind of a break between the two seasons, and they needed a break. And then, that week of the dead week was really good for us. And then, we got back into it on the 28th, and from there on we worked to try to get partway caught up.
Aside from just general health and, getting that rest that the football guys certainly needed, what do you feel like has been the biggest growth difference between the team you started 2025 with and the team you'll start 2026 with?
Well, we're a lot more confident in each other. I know that, and I know that I think that I've done a better job as far as going to the strengths of our team. We have something in for everybody now, so teams aren't going to be able just to concentrate on one or two players, because we're getting everybody involved, and I think that it's going to pay big dividends in the second part of this season.
Well, you mentioned the confidence. I know a lot of people look at 1-5 and maybe kind of shake their heads, but this is a team that's really battled. You feel like the energy and the effort has been there from the very beginning. You feel like that effort is something you can hang your hat on as the confidence grows?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you ought to see our practices. Our practices this last week were tremendous, and surely that'll carry over. We only had really one really bad game before Christmas, and that was at Beloit. The rest of our games were competitive. We had a chance in all of them. Well, I take away the Heston game because that was early. But for those 6 games before Christmas, we had a chance to win 4 of them, and we won 1 of them. So those same type of games this semester, I think the end will have a little different, tone, because I think that we finally learned that what it's going to take, and plus we got our legs under us now.
Yeah.
These guys can go. They can go for 28 minutes a game, and some of them will play that much. So I'm looking forward to it. I know that tonight's not going to be easy. We just don't seem to have an easy schedule up to now. So I don't know what's Republic County much improved. They're 5-2 on the year. We're 1-5, so what does that tell you?
Well, and I'm glad you brought up the schedule because, and I'm sure this is what you prefer, right? You got tested early. You played against some of the best teams in the state from 3A and from a few other divisions. You play up a division against an Abilene team that comes from 4A. Obviously, Beloit's always very tough. You like to get those games under your belt early. You feel like that experience against teams of that caliber are going to help you guys down the stretch as you get into league play?
Well, yeah, because we've got, we got 3 sophomores in our top 7, and they gain valuable experience getting beat around a little bit until they finally, some of them figured it out. And, so that schedule, it hurts from a win-loss percentage, but experience-wise, I think it's a help.
Republic County, as you mentioned, they come in 5-2. They're 2-1 in league play with a couple of wins over Minneapolis. You know, they're an improved team as well. When you look at this year's Buffaloes, what are the things that kind of stand out most to you about the way they play?
Well, I'll tell you one thing they do better than a Republic County team that I've seen in a long time. They will put their head down, take it to the basket, and if they miss, they're going after the rebound. They're an awesome rebounding team, which you look at them on the floor, you know, they don't have any more size than we do. But for some reason, boy, they in their previous 7 games, I've watched about 4 of them, and they have just done an outstanding job of rebounding.
I don't know if this is something you believe in. There seems to be, though, just a confidence in athletics that comes with winning. Republic County football had a really good season. You see a couple of these players, right? You learn how to win. You learn how to feel confident in what you do. You feel like that's something that transfers from sport to sport?
I really think it does, and I'm counting on that to transfer to us this second semester. We just didn't have a chance the first semester to get in conditioning for number 1, ball handling for number 2. We had to just prepare for the next game the entire month of December because we just didn't have that time to practice. And I'm not using that as an excuse but we tried to make up for it here in these 6 or 7 days since the moratorium was lifted.
Connor Martin and Aiden Morris have kind of carried the load for this Republic County team from an offensive standpoint. You expect to get plenty of those two again here tonight. Defensively, what do you feel like are the biggest keys to come away with a victory on your home floor and start the new year off with a win?
Well, what we've got to do is try to keep him out of the lane because Connor Martin's going to go to the basket. There's no question about that. He's relentless going to the basket, and we can't get in foul trouble guarding him because, first of all, we can't afford foul trouble. If we can just contain he and Morrison and make the rest of them do some things, we'll be in a good spot.
Well, and last thing for you here, Coach, we talked a little bit about your offense. We've seen really good games out of Tierna Potachik, out of Adam Teal, out of Hendricks Lund. How do you get all 3 of those guys kind of rolling at the same time?
Well, we put a real emphasis over the vacation of getting 5 guys involved instead of 3. So we'll get them going. They complement each other, and I think part of that will show up tonight.
Sounds good. Well, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Good luck to your guys tonight.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Francis Flax. His guys set to take on the Republic County Buffaloes right here on KINA. For right now, we will step away. When we come back, we will resume the second half of the girls' game. Southeast up 41-13. We're back in 60 seconds here on KINA.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash. This is the 2-in-1 removable agitator. This Whirlpool washer has flexible capacity. You can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items of smaller loads. This opens up space in the wash tub and allows you to wash bulky items like comforters with no problems. Shop at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center. Quality service with every purchase. Located on South 9th next to Genesis Health Clubs.
This is Jeff with Vanderbilts in Salina. We've added Tacovas to our Western boot lineup. We have some great styles in men's, the Doc, the Dusty, and the Earl. Ladies, we have the Maggie, the Jamie, the Abby, and the Annie. Tacovas, born in Texas, made by hand. There's nothing like pulling on a perfect pair of boots. After all, good times usually follow a good pair of boots.
Work boots center, Vanderbilt. You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back to basketball action here on KINA and with live video on Salina Post. Want to say a huge shout out to our entire team. Chris Cadle producing and engineering back in the KINA studios. And of course, Brian Dennett handling all of our production and camera duties here from courtside. Tyler Smith, it is 41-13 Southeast of Saline. There is not a lot to critique, I think, about the way Southeast has played. They've gotten good looks, a couple of dry spells here and there, but defensively they've been so good that it really hasn't mattered. What are your new image audio keys to the second half?
The exact same thing that you keep doing. I mean, it's defense, and then take what you can offensively. Keep getting open shots. Keep hitting those open shots. You never want to look ahead. Nobody will ever do that. You got a big game Tuesday, right? You got Sacred Heart. I mean, there's league implications there. There's so many things, obviously just the rivalry. But you got to close this game out, and you do that just by effort. And these are the toughest situations to coach in, right? Like, you're up big. You want that intensity. You want to keep that intensity. Players see the scoreboard. But you just want to keep playing Trojan basketball. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's exactly what you need if you're Coach Shauna Smith right now in her Lady Trojans.
41-13, a big lead, and this is something that, I used to talk with Ryan Showman at Kansas Wesleyan about. He said especially when it comes to your league or your conference or your division games, whatever they're called, you want to do the work early, right? You don't want to be playing catch-up and relying on somebody else to help you out. For right now, Southeast very much in control of their own destiny, as here they will force a tie-up, and they will take the ball with the arrow, but a chance to do that early work.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you take care of games early, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in the driver's seat, and you kind of do things. Now with postseason seedings and the way that everything goes, like, every win matters, and developing and making sure you're getting better regardless of the score. You're always looking to improve and get better. This is better than a practice, so go out and take care of what you need to take care of the second half.
Didn't have a chance to go through it, but our first half offensive stats presented by the Bank of Teskett. Another three-pointer flies for Southeast. That's no good, but a rebound for Reese Heinrich. Boy, she wrestles that thing away and then kicks the ball back out to Reagan Duran. As Southeast works through offense, Heinrich leads all scorers, 19 first-half points for her. Boy, you can tell right now she is itching for a chance to add to that and get herself into the 20s. For now, it's Sutton Douglas, and we have got a push foul against Republic County. But 19 for Heinrich, 7 points for Taryn Getz, 6 for Sutton Douglas, 4 for Reagan Duran, 6 for Douglas, 4 for Duran, 3 for Durfee, and 2 for Kaya Samuelson. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and Giada Smith right there called for an unfortunate foul. Looked like Duran tripped. They're going to call a push on Smith, and that's big. That's number 3 on Smith.
Southeast of Saline does, though, get that full 35-second shot clock, so they'll have their time. Here's a long two, taken and missed by Heinrich, but another offensive board. Sutton Douglas. It's going to be a jump ball, but, boy, she is wrestling two different Republic County players and still almost wins it cleanly.
Yeah, Skoll actually did a good job just making sure she got hands on that basketball to make it really difficult for Douglas to control the basketball. But again, it's just Douglas continues to just grab boards. Any loose ball, you expect her to get him off the backboard.
Here's a quick slip down low. Good-looking shot for Republic County. They won't get it the first time, but the stick back will fall through for Kylie Stone.
Yeah, Stone's strong. Offensive rebound goes up immediately. There's no time for a power dribble, nothing like that. She just goes right back up. Good finish from Stone.
Here, Southeast, trying to repay the favor. The rebound is taken in by Republic County. And Tyler Smith, that is the first player for Republic County to score 2 buckets in this game. It comes in the second half.
And I think that's what you do defensively, right? There's no really weak links defensively from Southeast. It means you have to spread your scoring out if you're gonna beat them and attack them, because everybody's doing just great team defense, as you saw right there.
Southeast able to force yet another turnover. They will fire the ball up the floor, and Sutton Douglas, runs into that same brick wall, but this time says, I'm just going to go ahead and score from here.
And it's Douglas's composure after that contact. Draws the contact, no whistle. She goes up nice and easy off the glass for 2.
It's got to be infuriating playing such great defense on Sutton Douglas, and she just does not care. Here's a 3 from the right wing. That one takes a high arcer off the rim. That'll crawl on through. And there you have it. Dakota Peters has the team's second made three-pointer. Southeast looking to repay the favor on the other end. That's no good. And another rebound here for Republic County.
Yeah, the Peters 3 got nice, like a hometown bounce from brand new rims, brand new backboards, brand new shot clocks, like so many brand new things. These rims still pretty tough, but she got a nice hometown bounce right there with her soft touch from 3.
Every time I come back here, it's a little bit nicer. We've got a travel called here against Republic County. Southeast of Saline will take over, and looks like not a subbing opportunity.
Oh, they're going to call the foul.
Oh,
we saw
okay.
Travel, they're going to call the foul. And I agree with the foul call. I don't know if it's a shooting foul, but regardless, it's Kylie Stone. Super athletic. She was on the perimeter, just drives the bucket, spin move, a lot of contact. One official had it for a travel. The other one had it for a foul. Nevertheless, foul on Reese Heinrich.
Kylie Stone will collect the first free throw.
Sorry, it's on Samuelson. My fault.
Just the first personal on Kaya Samuelson tonight. Kylie Stone, 5 points. Chance to make it 6 here at the stripe. And I don't know what that was. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It was a lane violation around the world that time because The Republic County player in the middle of the block ran all the way around the Southeast defender before the shot was even up.
Love the enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
Regardless, just great enthusiasm.
Credit on the hustle. That would have worked well on the old K-State play hard chart, if you remember that reference.
Oh, yes.
Here, speaking of play hard, we've got another jump ball, and this game is kind of stalled a little bit. Southeast of Saline, it's another one of those stretches that they're trying to avoid. Just the one made field goal. They've been outscored, but it's hard to feel too bad about it when you lead 43-19.
Yeah, and it's just that entry pass, and we've seen a lot of troubles with that entry pass. It's just a nice little entry pass that the player running the top side of that zone. You just got to be able to make sure you're making that pass 2 or 3 feet away.
Here, Southeast trying to drive along the baseline. Tough take, my goodness, up and over the trees. And Reagan Duran finds a way to knock it through.
And again, Tyler, to you, it's surprising. We see this every Friday. Like, she just explodes over people. You don't expect her to hit shots like that, but she just elevates more than anybody else can elevate, varies that shot.
Have they checked her shoes for springs?
Yeah,
they
need to, without a doubt. The old flubber.
I got to be the youngest person to make a flubber reference on air. 45-19, the Southeast of Saline lead. Kylie Stone working from the outside. 10 seconds left to get a shot up here. Republic County will need to hurry it up. They will not. Time down to 5, down to 4. Stone back to the basket, slips to the inside, and gets it to go. So there you go. Kylie Stone, we kind of highlighted her before the game began. She is making her presence felt on this end of the floor. Southeast of Saline, though, going to get a Heinrich 3. These have been falling. That one, not so much.
Yeah, it looked like right there. Just a little bit out of rhythm. Went up a little bit quicker. She immediately tells Coach Smith that's on me. But going back to the Kylie Stone finish, I mean, good defense from Knopf. Knopf kind of maybe – I'd like to see Knopf maybe just take a step back, right? Like, use your height and not all of a sudden get body because Stone's super strong. She's going to use her strength. She was able to create contact and get Knopf off her for the open shot. Knopf just needs to stay back a foot, use her length to kind of make that a more difficult shot from Stone. Nevertheless, great finish from Stone.
Republic County has actually outscored Southeast of Saline so far in this third quarter. They've got 8 points to Southeast's 4. Kylie Stone trying to do it again. Defender falls down. They're not going to take the 3. I like that hold from Talon Melton. She hit the 1 3-pointer and then missed about 4 in a row. That's probably not the one to take with so much time on the shot clock. Time now, though, winding down. Melton's got it 5 to shoot. Has to find somewhere to go with this. Time still ticking down to 2 to 1. They're not going to get a shot up here. And Republic County, losing track of time, will turn it over.
And you got to love that if you're Southeast, right? Like, again, offense isn't working right there, but you get a shot clock violation when things aren't going well for you offensively. You're losing the second half 8-4. Obviously, scoreboard, the grand scheme of things is a little bit different, but that defensive intensity is still there. That man-to-man defense just made it difficult for the ball to get inside.
Addie Kuchar and Mackenzie Banahan are both back in here for the Republic County Lady Buffaloes, who are trying to avoid going to 0-4, and that's kind of the difference, too, just in the way these seasons have shaken out. A lot of league games already for Republic County. Southeast of Saline, of course, this is just their second league game, and you kind of like having the league games late. You get a chance to sort out your identity, figure out who you are, and then you play the games that kind of mean the most from a scheduling standpoint. Here it's almost an and one. Instead, it'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Veda Durfee.
Tyler, you're exactly right. And when you can stack your schedule, kind of the way you want to, you play a Heston, that's going to be in the run. I mean, year in, year out. Like, it's always going to happen. You play a Heston, you play a Garden Plain, you're playing teams that can absolutely battle as the first free throws missed by Durfee. But yeah, I mean, you like to have those league games a little bit later on in the season.
There'll be 4 straight NCAA games: Republic County, Sacred Heart, Minneapolis, and Lions. That's the upcoming schedule for Southeast of Saline. Second free throw for Durfee is good. 46-21 our score, 2:55 remaining here in the third quarter of action. And Republic County, like I said, I've been impressed with the ball movement. They have taken shots that it feels like they want to take. They didn't get many of those in the first half.
No, not at all. Now you're seeing offense work a little bit. You saw right there, an offensive foul is going to be called on Kuchar, but she just lowered the shoulder and went. However, that's what you want. You want that ball in the block, and you want your strong players to kind of work and be strong.
We have got a whistle and a quick sub made. Gracie Franey is in for Republic County. Southeast of Saline will stick with the same 5 on the floor. 2:36 left to go. Normally, we'll give you scores from around the area, and we'll continue to do that, but this is an earlier start than usual. Here, it's a 3 from the top of the key. That'll ignite the bench as Sutton Douglas. Boy, what can't she do tonight?
Well, you saw it right there. Whenever you see the reaction of a bench, like obviously that's something that was talked about. If they're going to leave you open at the top of the key, you better take that shot. Douglas just drains it.
And another block on the other side. Southeast wrestles it away. They will bring the ball back down the floor. But yeah, if you need any indication of how tonight's going for Southeast, a Sutton Douglas three-pointer might tell you a little something. Here's a no-look pass. Samuelson fires away, and it's back-to-back triples for Southeast of Saline.
And Tyler, isn't it funny how those are contagious? You know, you see Douglas hit one, you're like, all of a sudden, all right, now Samuelson, the lid's off. Ugh, this could be a stretch right here where things get going well for Southeast offensively.
Southeast, boy, we mentioned it, slow start offensively. They had only made 2 field goals, but now back-to-back three-point makes, and the lead is back out to a whopping 31 points. 52-31, still trying to get the offense of Republic County slowed down. This ball rolls to the baseline. It will stay with Republic County, but they'll have just 5 seconds to throw this in. Southeast will make a couple of subs. Eliana Smith is back in with her 3 fouls.
And this is great. The entire game knows that the ball should be to Southeast Saline. The officials called it differently, and I think that's a little bit easier with a 31-point lead to give the ball to Republic County on that. But it clearly went off a Republic County player. No one's arguing, no one's complaining, but everybody was on the other side of the court.
You're right, though. When Republic County's jogging down the other way to play defense, they're like, oh, we get the ball? They will get it back in here. They got to get a shot up, and they will, just kind of shove it in the general direction of the rim. That will be a shot clock violation, and now it's Southeast of Saline ball.
Well, and Tyler, so this is a couple of times we've seen short clock, shot clock opportunities. Heston, another great team, a great two-way team that'll battle. They hit so many big shots in the last 5 seconds of a shot clock, and that's something you have to strategize, right? Like you have to figure out, like at 5 seconds left, like what are we going to do? Are we going to stay on our guys? Are we stay on our players? Are we going to come off? How do we defend that? And right now you're seeing Southeast do a much better job than they did against Heston. Obviously, with all due respect, the skill level's a little bit different, but you just got to make sure you're continuing to play defense regardless of the shot clock.
I think the other big thing, a nice crossover to get to the baseline, kick it out. Samuelson hit the last one. This time it's a little bit short, and a foul will take it the other way. One thing I've not seen many high school teams adopt is playing for the final shot of a quarter. You see some teams starting to figure that out. It's definitely a big piece of the college game, but that's one that you feel like might have to come with time.
Well, and that's something that the Trojans have always done. I mean, they have multiple sets, and, we don't want to give too much on the radio. Obviously, any good coach is going to know, but we know exactly where the ball is going to go depending on what set they give, and that's something Shauna Smith loves. If she sees the ball, if they have possession under 30 seconds, they're going to that play. And they have the perimeter players. They can dribble around and do whatever and get things set up. And, but you're exactly right. Like a lot of high school teams haven't adopted that yet. They don't really understand, but the end of quarter plays are huge for Southeast.
Well, especially in a tight game, right? If you don't have to give your opponent another possession, make or miss, why would you? Here's a beautiful pass, and Reagan Duran will drop it in. That is an early contender here for our Everhart Precision pass of the game.
Well, Eliana Smith catching the ball in the perimeter where she's not used to having the basketball, just good composure and good dish to Duran.
Here's a dump off on the block. Republic County trying to make something of this as Duran hit that last shot for Southeast of Saline. And SES will have a chance to inbound this from the sideline.
And again, another controversial call. It's going to stay with Republic County. The players thought it was going elsewhere. I agree with this one, by the way, 100%. Ball definitely went off of White.
54-21, the Southeast lead. And a quick shot, in and out, no good. Southeast pulls down the rebound, and they will have it with 9 seconds to go as there is another pushing foul called against Republic County. That'll be the 4th personal on Addie Kuchar.
And this is what I like about Samuelson's game. She's not doing what she wants to do offensively tonight, but she's still just working hard, getting those defensive rebounds, doing things defensively as you see a sub coming in, as the inbounds pass is coming in, a little miscommunication. But that's what you like to see about a team, right? Like you don't have to do everything well. As long as you're doing something really well, you're going to stay in the game, you're going to hustle, you're going to get the defensive board, you're going to play defense well. If you play defense on the Southeast Saline team, you're going to stay in the game, and that's what Samuelson's done tonight.
It's all the intangibles. They might not show up in the stat sheet, but she has worked her tail off tonight. Southeast with 3 seconds to get a shot up. There's the look they want. Corner 3, just off the mark. And at the end of 3 quarters, Southeast up big, 54-21, as we head to the 4th and final frame. We'll step away when we come back. It's more Southeast of Saline girls basketball, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
Oh no! That's the sound of your company's insurance rates going up. You didn't buy Triple Melt De-Icer from Sage Products, did you? Don't just grab any old ice melt from the store. Get Triple Melt De-Icer from Sage Products. It won't harm your concrete or vegetation. And the best part, Sage delivers for free in Salina. We also supply a wide variety of janitorial and maintenance supplies to keep your business or home looking its best. Give Sage a call at 309-1919 or visit us at sageselects.com. Sage Products, the right call every time.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to Gypsum. Tyler Henry, Tyler Smith, Southeast of Saline leading 54-21. And I believe we've got running clock here for the fourth quarter. Southeast has done the hard part. They hold the 33-point lead, and they will look to hold it for the final 8 minutes to move to 1-1 in league play. Tyler Smith, we talked about it before as Republic County goes inside. That's a good-looking shot, offensive rebound. The putback is there, and it's an and one for Kylie Stone to start off the fourth quarter. But it's going to be a very league-loaded couple weeks of basketball for Southeast of Saline. This feels like it'll be a good start.
Yeah, without a doubt. And this league has just continued to progress. And you got to argue it's one of the most difficult, in the state right now. You have teams like Sacred Heart. You have teams, Minneapolis has always been up there. Ellsworth is just on fire so far this year. You just see these teams, Beloit. Holy moly. It's a league that's going to get you ready for the postseason like it's never been before in the Shauna Smith era.
Minneapolis, in addition to having a great girls basketball team, now also has one of the wildest gym decorations I've ever seen. Are you familiar with what's going on over at Minneapolis?
I am not. I'm excited, though.
Full-size taxidermied lions like a Cabela's up on the shelf right behind the basket.
I don't know what Superintendent Curtis Stevens, how much he has to play in that, but I would say a lot because that guy is awesome. I'm excited to go there.
I did a triple take. It's like, is that really there? It is. Republic County on the ball here. They will take a three-pointer, top of the key, and it's wide right. Boy, Talon Melton hit the big buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter, but since then, she has gone cold.
Yeah, and it's a good-looking shot. If that thing's falling, you can see how Republic County can really compete with some teams. Or if that shot's not falling, it's tough sledding for Republic County.
Republic County has struggled in this league. Their lone win, actually 2 wins, one over Washington County, one over El Saline, but looks like it will be 4 straight losses to league teams. There's another 3. Kaya Samuelson gets Southeast of Saline on the board here in quarter number 4. That's her second made 3 of the game.
Well, Tyler, it's just the ball movement. When you go lateral with the ball, when you go side to side, you make the defense, kind of work from side to side. Knopf puts a nice little screen, just frees Samuelson up for a wide open 3, and it's a beautiful shot from number 4.
57-24, ball poked away. Republic County able to save it. They take it downhill. That shot no good. Rebound is contested for. Boy, might have got a piece of that. Did Southeast. Republic County trying to take it off a second chance opportunity. Southeast said no thank you. Kick out. Here's Reese Heinrich. Her three-pointer too strong, but an offensive rebound for Sutton Douglas. And Douglas is fouled. She will go to the line, and she will shoot 2.
Yeah, great job from Douglas, just getting that offensive board and understanding I'm going straight to the bucket. I'm already downhill as I'm getting this board. The momentum's goes up, and it's fouled, going to the free throw line for 2.
Timeout called for Southeast of Saline. We'll step away for 30 as well. Back in just a bit. This is Southeast of Saline girls basketball presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
5:11 left to go in quarter number 4. 57-24, the lead for Southeast of Saline, and Sutton Douglas at the line shooting 2. That was the 4th personal foul against Gianna Smith. First free throw, no good for Sutton Douglas. If there's one thing you really want to nitpick, I might have taken your point.
No, yeah,
it would be the free throws.
And it's been a season-long thing, and that's something that's got to get cleaned up if you're going to make a run at this thing.
And another miss, but an offensive rebound will give it right back to the Lady Trojans. Southeast kicks it out. Annika Barnaby's checked into the game for the first time tonight, as SCS utilized that time to get a couple of new faces into the game, including Layla Lund. She's got it right now, works it around to Veda Durfee. Durfee tripped up, and Southeast will inbound it again with another fresh 35.
Well, and it's always interesting. So now we've got young Trojans, less experienced Trojans everywhere, and it's always interesting to see who's going to take the lead, right? Like, who's going to be the leader here? You have a junior, Layla Lund. Everybody else is, sophomore, freshman. And, who's going to take the reins right here and make sure this doesn't get sloppy?
Hannah Teal has checked into the game for the first time. Here, it's Anna Barnaby taking it right to the hole. She cannot finish. And the rebound is hauled in by Republic County as the Lady Buffaloes bring the ball back down the floor. Republic County doing their best here to try to turn the corner in league play, but that is a feat that's going to be easier said than done. As, like you said, the league just continues to get better and better. Not as top-heavy as it once was. And you feel like that's led to some really fun basketball between the top four.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think that's what you've seen postseason success from so many teams now. It's because now they're just battling each other. It used to be, it was just Southeast. I mean, went on a winning streak of 20-odd games, and now all of a sudden everybody else has caught up.
Layla Lund tried it underneath, couldn't get it to go. The shot clock did not reset. Here's a three from the left wing. That will not fall. Southeast of Saline, though, with yet another offensive rebound. They will circle it around the perimeter. Layla Lund dumps it off down low. Taryn gets. That is Veda Durfee.
Yeah, Durfee right there, just a little bit out of control. Did a good job with the catch. Just get yourself composed as you go up.
On the other side, it's a miss for Kylie Stone. Southeast of Saline able to get out of the trap. And just trying to put the cherry on top here inside the final 3 minutes. Three-pointer right wing, short. Contact on the rebound, but at this point in the game, probably going to let them play through stuff like that, as they should.
They understand the assignment.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody understands what's going on right now.
And at this point, it's also a thing of just get everybody out of here healthy for both teams. Game's been decided for a while. Remember, Southeast led 22-7 in the first quarter by virtue of an 18-0 run. Another miss, rebounded by Southeast. This time it's Aaliyah Barnaby. And she will walk the ball down the floor, kicks it out. They will dump this down low. And it's an and one for Veda Durfee.
And right there, it's a great pass from Barnaby to Teal. Teal has the ball in the wing. Nice little entry pass into Durfee. And again, like you talk about, who's going to be the alpha of this younger squad? And they know to get the ball to Durfee. Durfee right there rewards everybody just going up strong, getting fouled, get yourself to the free throw line for an old-fashioned three-point opportunity.
You can see the core, right? Reese Heinrich, Kaya Samuelson, Veda Durfee, all three of those players plus more will be around for 3+ years. It's great for people like us. It's probably frustrating for the teams and the coaches that say, man, I got to coach against these kids for 3 more years.
Well, and there's a junior high crop that just continues to come. Like it just, if you're wearing the purple and white, it's always looking good.
Jael Vaughn checks into the game here. 1:40 left to go. Free throw for Durfee is good. She'll complete that 3-point play. And with 1:35 left in the ball game, Republic County will have a chance to inbound it, try to take the ball the length of the floor. Coming up,
we see Piper Brown coming in as well. So we've got, now we're really young. So this is fun. This is when you're getting a lot of these players' first varsity experience. You got a minute 16 left to do it. Go out there, have some fun, and play the game.
Yep, time for a few more final possessions. We got some new subs and some new faces on the other side for Republic County as well. Southeast of Saline brings it across, and we'll see what they can do.
And Ty, it's just fun to see parents' face, across the court when their girls are getting in for the first time for their varsity experience. You see a traveling violation right there on Barnaby, but you'll never forget your child's, or if you're playing, you don't forget your first time on the varsity court. This is awesome.
And if your child plays for Southeast, you want to see the Lady Trojans win, but this is why you come, right? Exactly. At the end of the day, you see the warm-up come off, and like you said, there's just a little grin that crosses your face. Here's a take underneath, no good. Rebound taken in by Southeast. Give credit that time to Layla Lund. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Layla Lund. Okay, they're going to call it over the back on the rebound.
Yeah, going to call a push on Lund. It looked like Lund just went straight up and got the rebound. Nevertheless, we keep going. The clock keeps rolling.
The shot clock has been turned off. I don't know what was supposed to be on it, but this ball will be poked away, and they will say that it stays with Republic County. No, it's Southeast basketball. All the while, the clock was running, and that might just do it. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Time for one shot at the buzzer, and it will not fall. But Southeast of Saline, a dominant 60-24 victory. They get it over Republic County. They move to 5-2 overall and 1-1 in league play. We will step away, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's the Commercial Tire Center post-game report. That is next, right here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
New Image is offering ceramic tint. If you are sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, and it helps keep wear down on the AC system, making the car easier to cool down. Never worry about you or your kid locking their keys in the car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car for them from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside services find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, your official tinting establishment for over 14 years, located at 340 South Broadway in Salina. Phone calls are welcome.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here on the Commercial Tire Center postgame report, Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans pick up a dominant 60-24 victory over Republic County. It's good enough to move them to 5-2 overall and 1-1 in league play for Republic County. The Lady Buffs fall to 2-6 overall, 0-4 in league play. And Tyler Smith, it was a game that really, right out of the gate, right? A couple of good baskets for Republic County. They made it 4-4, but Southeast goes on an 18-0 run, and it really felt like from that point forward, it was always going to be all Lady Trojans.
Yeah, it was just the press and the full court pressure just created so many problems. However, you can't get into that unless you're making buckets. And once you start making buckets, it just continues to flow. I think, we talked about, a lot at the end of the game, just about this league and, how much it's evolved. Republic County's coming up. This is a team that's improving every single year. We talked about this, pregame 2 or 3 years ago. They only had 12 players out. They're starting to develop their roster. You can see some nice younger pieces come in. But every once in a while, when you're playing in a league this tough, it's nice to have a little respite, right? It's nice to have a team that you go out, if you take care of what you need to take care of, and you play your game, you're going to get the win. It's exactly what happened. You talked about, we were talking about references and aging and everything we're doing. Well, TCB, taking care of business, Elvis Presley right there. And that's exactly what Coach Shauna Smith's team did tonight. You just come out, TCB, take care of business, and everything worked out well.
Let's take a quick look at our scoring recap presented by Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Mallory Sports Clinic Medicine. Visit Dr. Westbrook and his sports injury walk-in clinic every Monday and Thursday morning for your active and sport injuries. And we'll go ahead and begin with our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game. Tonight it was Reese Heinrich who scored 19 points, all in the first half. She took care of her business and didn't score in the second half, but honestly, Tyler, didn't really need to.
No, not at all. And she's just what kind of brought that confidence back, right? After any layoff, you're always kind of a little bit rusty. You talk about that rust. No rust on Reese, and all of a sudden she started hitting buckets. That defense started flowing, and everything just started clicking for Southeast.
Beyond that, for Southeast of Saline, it was an 11-point night for Sutton Douglas, including a big 3-point make. That was a lot of fun. 8 points for Kaya Samuelson, 8 points for Reagan Duran, 7 for Taryn Getz, and 7 for Veda Durfee. On the other side, 10 points for Kylie Stone, 7 for Dakota Peters, 3 points for Talon Melton, 2 for Addie Kuchar, and 2 for Giada Smith. Just the starting 5 in the scoring column tonight for Republic County. Couple of final things to wrap up here on our Commercial Tire Center post-game report, and we've got our smart play of the game by Smart Insurance. We had a couple of good assists for Southeast. I don't think we can really isolate any one, but once they started moving the ball a lot better, I thought that was where the shooting started to open up.
Yeah, and you called it. I think you called the Eliana Smith dish to Reagan Duran, kind of off that curl. Smith just in an unnatural position, naturally a post player. She caught herself on the wing, but just a nice dish to Duran with the finish. But yeah, you're exactly right. Once that ball started going laterally and moving all over, and that defense had to keep up, it just made for a lot of open passes.
So that'll wrap it up. Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans will be back here to take on Sacred Heart next Tuesday. But for now, we will go ahead and switch things over to our boys coverage. Southeast looking to make it a New Year's sweep as we take a quick break. The Lady Trojans get the win 60-24 over Republic County. Kind of right here on KINA, courtesy of Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Farmers, it's time to start planning for the 2026 planting season, and Phillips Seed is here to help you pick the best genetics for your operation. From top-performing corn hybrids and high-yield soybean varieties to proven milo varieties and advanced seed treatments, we focus on products that perform where you farm, backed by local testing and proven on-farm performance. Phillips Seed helps get your crops off to a strong start. Visit phillipsseed.com and find us on Facebook or X. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
Southeast wins! Southeast of Saline wins! Trojan fans, it's not too late to get your 2024 state championship merch or to get custom gear to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 2005 state championship team at Copyco. In addition to great SES gear that you can wear all year round, Copyco also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity from football and basketball to choir and band. See them at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
We're joined here by Francis Flax. Our conversation presented by Frisbee Construction. Coach, first and foremost, Happy New Year. Hope your holidays were good. And it was nice to get a little bit of a break for you and the guys here in between the home stretch.
Yeah, thank you for the New Year's wishes, and same to you. Yeah, it was good. The football boys needed a break.
Yes.
Because they didn't get any kind of a break between the two seasons, and they needed a break. And then, that week of the dead week was really good for us. And then, we got back into it on the 28th, and from there on we worked to try to get partway caught up.
Aside from just general health and, getting that rest that the football guys certainly needed, what do you feel like has been the biggest growth difference between the team you started 2025 with and the team you'll start 2026 with?
Well, we're a lot more confident in each other. I know that, and I know that I think that I've done a better job as far as going to the strengths of our team. We have something in for everybody now, so teams aren't going to be able just to concentrate on one or two players because we're getting everybody involved. And I think that it's going to pay big dividends in the second part of this season.
Well, you mentioned the confidence. I know a lot of people look at 1-5 and maybe kind of shake their heads, but this is a team that's really battled. You feel like the energy and the effort has been there from the very beginning. You feel like that effort is something you can hang your hat on as the confidence grows?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you ought to see our practices. Our practices this last week were tremendous, and surely that'll carry over. We only had really one really bad game before Christmas, and that was at Beloit. The rest of our games were competitive. We had a chance in all of them. Well, I take away the Heston game because that was early. But for those 6 games before Christmas, we had a chance to win 4 of them, and we won 1 of them. So those same type of games this semester, I think the end will have a little different, tone, because I think that we finally learned that what it's going to take, and plus we got our legs under us now.
Yeah.
These guys can go. They can go for 28 minutes a game, and some of them will play that much. So I'm looking forward to it. I know that tonight's not going to be easy. We just don't seem to have an easy schedule up to now. So I don't know what's, Republic County much improved. They're 5-2 on the year. We're 1-5, so what does that tell you?
Well, and I'm glad you brought up the schedule because, and I'm sure this is what you'd prefer, right? You got tested early. You played against some of the best teams in the state from 3A and from a few other divisions. You play up a division against an Abilene team that comes from 4A. Obviously, Beloit's always very tough. You like to get those games under your belt early. You feel like that experience against teams of that caliber are going to help you guys down the stretch as you get into league play?
Well, yeah, because we've got, we got 3 sophomores in our top 7, and they gained valuable experience getting beat around a little bit until they finally, some of them figured it out. And, so that schedule, it hurts from a win-loss percentage, but experience-wise, I think it's a help.
Republic County, as you mentioned, they come in 5-2. They're 2-1 in league play with a couple of wins over Minneapolis. They're an improved team as well. When you look at this year's Buffaloes, what are the things that kind of stand out most to you about the way they play?
Well, I'll tell you one thing they do better than a Republic County team that I've seen in a long time. They will put their head down, take it to the basket, and if they miss, they're going after the rebound. They're an awesome rebounding team, which you look at them on the floor, they don't have any more size than we do. But for some reason, boy, in their previous 7 games, I've watched about 4 of them, and they have just done an outstanding job of rebounding.
I don't know if this is something you believe in. There seems to be, though, just a confidence in athletics that comes with winning. Republic County football had a really good season. You see a couple of these players, right? You learn how to win. You learn how to feel confident in what you do. You feel like that's something that transfers from sport to sport?
I really think it does, and I'm counting on that to transfer to us this second semester. We just didn't have a chance the first semester to get in conditioning for number 1, ball handling for number 2. We had to just prepare for the next game the entire month of December because we just didn't have that time to practice. And I'm not using that as an excuse but we tried to make up for it here in these 6 or 7 days since the moratorium was lifted.
Connor Martin and Aiden Morris have kind of carried the load for this Republic County team from an offensive standpoint. You expect to get plenty of those two again here tonight. Defensively, what do you feel like are the biggest keys to come away with a victory on your home floor and start the new year off with a win?
Well, what we've got to do is try to keep him out of the lane because Connor Martin's going to go to the basket. There's no question about that. He's relentless going to the basket, and we can't get in foul trouble guarding him because, first of all, we can't afford foul trouble. If we can just contain he and Morrison and make the rest of them do some things, we'll be in a good spot.
Well, and last thing for you here, Coach, we talked a little bit about your offense. We've seen really good games out of Tierna Potachik, out of Adam Teal, out of Hendricks Lund. How do you get all 3 of those guys kind of rolling at the same time?
Well, we put a real emphasis over the vacation of getting 5 guys involved instead of 3. So we'll get them going. They complement each other, and I think part of that will show up tonight.
Sounds good. Well, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Good luck to your guys tonight.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie. How can I help you flush today?
My toilet sounds like a baby gurgling. Nothing's draining, and it's 5 degrees outside.
Sir, I just had a baby, so I know that sound. But I bet your septic line's frozen. Cole, we got a gurgler.
On it, Callie. Flush! The freakishly fast rock! I'll be there in a splash. Sir, your pipes are tighter than a diaper ready to explode.
So there's no toddler in my toilet?
Nope, just ice blocking the line. No flow, no go.
Can't I just pour hot water down the toilet?
Only if you want warm sewage. We need to thaw the line and pump your tank. I gotta get back and tell Callie.
Flush! What's the baby's name?
Weston Cole.
At Lily Pad Septic, we guarantee to inspect your septic system within 24 hours.
Or your next pump out is free.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
LilyPadSeptic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
I need a kiss.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
The following is a presentation of Eagle Radio and KINA Sports. Trojan basketball is on the air. This is Countdown to Tip-Off for Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA Sports. Coming up, you're going to get a full preview of area games, analysis on this matchup, and keys to a Trojan win. Now let's head to the gym for Countdown to Tip-Off right here on KINA.
Well, Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans picked up a big victory, 60-24, and now the Southeast boys will look to do the same as they take on the Republic County Buffaloes. Starting lineups being announced inside the arena. Let's go ahead and meet them as we work our way through Countdown to Tip-Off coverage presented, as always, by L&L Advisors. For Southeast of Saline, they will put on the floor a 6'2" sophomore in Kane Sawyers, averaging 3.5 points a game. A 6' sophomore in Hendricks Lund, averaging 7 points a game. A 6' senior in Isaiah Kerr, averaging 5 points and 5 rebounds a contest. And rounding out the starting five, it's a 5'8" junior in Tiernan Potachik, averaging 13.5 points a game. And a 6'3" senior in Adam Teal, also averaging 13 points and picking up 8 rebounds per contest. Southeast of Saline is 1-5. They're 0-1 in league play. They are under the instruction of head coach Francis Flax, assisted by Trenton Douglas and Joe Ross. Meanwhile, Republic County comes in 5-2 overall, 2-1 in conference play. They have been cruising. They will put on the floor a 5'10" sophomore in Grady Simpson, averaging 7.5 points a game. A 6'2" sophomore in Grayson Novak, averaging 8 points a game. 6'2" senior Aiden Morris leads the charge, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Rounding out the starting five, it's a 6'3" senior in Connor Martin, averaging 17 points and 5 rebounds a game. And a 6'3" senior in Corey Nooch, averaging 2 points per game. Kevin Lilly, the second member of our broadcast team, joins us now. Kevin, overall, what would you say are your biggest new image audio keys to the game for Southeast of Saline?
I think defensively for Southeast tonight, they're going to have to I've got a word on my chart tonight, and it's called charge. I want to know how many charges they're willing to take. This Buffalo team is going to get downhill, and they are going to get to the goal. Are we going to beat them to a place and get charged? I think that's where this game is going to be won and lost, just due to the fact that they love to get you in foul trouble, get to the line, and score with the clock not being moving. But the other thing is they don't shoot the ball very well, right? That's their bread and butter. Get to the hole, layups and free throws.
It's going to be a gritty, grindy type of game, and it's underway as the ball goes in the air, and it will be won by Republic County. The Buffaloes working left to right as we view it here at the scorer's table. They are in the all-red jerseys, blue numerals trimmed in white for Southeast of Saline. The all-white jerseys with the purple numerals, no trim for SES. Kick out for Republic County. They work it around. Aiden Morris trying to go into the body of Southeast's Tiernan Potachik. Nothing doing on the first take of the game, and Southeast pulls down the board.
And you can see right there, their guards are even going to get inside and try to post our guards. And everybody had really good position there, and Tiernan comes away with a nice rebound.
Expect a physical type of game between these two. Southeast of Saline on the basketball. They've got it on the right wing, back in the hands of Tiernan Potachik. He will circle around, hand it off to Kane Sawyers, pulls up for a free throw line jumper, left it short, and this game remains scoreless following the first two possessions.
And on that position right there, I want Kane to continue to go downhill. I want him to get to the glass and go try to get a layup and muscle somebody up. Be real physical.
For a lot of the guys that also played football, as a top-of-the-key three-pointer falls for Connor Martin. That's the game's first basket, but Kevin, they're coming off their first break since August, and it's got to feel good. This is probably the most rested a lot of these kids have been in a while.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them feel really good, and I think they're ready to go on a little bit of a run here.
This ball rolls across the baseline. It'll be a turnover on Southeast, the first of the game for either team, and Republic County with another opportunity to turn the corner. We talk about winning cultures a lot. Southeast of Saline obviously has had that figured out, but this is a Republic County team that it seems like all of their sports have improved in sync. Their football team had a really great season, and you see that mindset transition to basketball as well, right?
Yeah, you do, and that's where everything just kind of, it bleeds over, because a lot of these guys are football guys, and they've seen the success for football. Now it's rolling over into the basketball season as well.
Foul called against Isaiah Kerr on an entry pass. It'll stay here with Republic County. And the Buffaloes will inbound with 6:20 to go. They lead it 3-0. It's been a lot of the same suspects that got it done on the football field. Aiden Morris, Connor Martin, two guys that have certainly had an impact, although Republic County will turn it over themselves, and here come the Trojans with a chance to get themselves on the board. Working it on the right wing, Patacic, big spin move, gets to the cup, everything but the finish, and the rebound hauled in by the Buffaloes.
And you can even see with Tiernan that first step that he has, it's kind of like it's back again, and he can accelerate.
See how they operate as they'll kick it through the lane. Head fake on a wide open three-pointer, and that'll lead to a travel and a turnover. And Kevin, that's what you were talking about before. They had a wide open three. They turn it down. Everything is downhill, get to the rim.
Yep, and that's just kind of been their MO, and that's how they've kind of beaten some of these teams is they put them in foul trouble and put them behind the A-ball and then been able to expose them.
Obviously, you want to see how many charges Southeast is willing to take. I'll be curious to see what the free throw count looks like by the end of this game. That has been a big point of manufacturing points for Republic County this year.
And the other thing is, too, is we just can't turn the ball over. We can't let them have easy runouts either.
Southeast back to work. They will take their first three-point attempt of the night. It's off the basket support, and that will lead to a turnover there off the miss. Talked about it a little bit with Tyler Smith. It's still new to the 3A level, but really like what the shot clock has done for high school basketball in the state of Kansas.
Yeah, there's one more thing, and Devin and I have kind of talked about it too, and it's that line, that charge line underneath the goal. I think that's the next thing that Keisha needs to adopt and to make these Revs' lives a lot easier.
Three-pointer from the outside now. It's Republic County's chance to knock it off the basket support, and the two teams kind of exchange it. But, it's interesting. You talk about the benefits and the costs and everything else, but at the end of the day, you get a lot of these kids, they go play at the next level. It's like a whole new game. They have to relearn everything for a sport they played for 12 years.
And the thing is we haven't had that many troubles, with us, but there's a lot of teams that like to slow it down, and it actually just makes the game flow so much better.
I've called far too many 14-12 high school basketball games in my day. A charge called against Southeast of Saline. That'll be their second turnover of the game, and unfortunately, it is the second personal on Isaiah Kerr. He has both of the team's fouls.
Yep. And I want to see Isaiah with the ball in his hands more. The last game before break, he had the ball in his hands quite a bit, and it really helped him get going, and it actually helped Tiernan get going a little bit too.
Still a 3-0 lead for Republic County. It's been a low-scoring affair so far. This ball kind of plinkos off of a couple different players. Southeast takes it down, and Patacic will walk it across the timeline. He wants to put a move on, kicks it out instead, back into the hands of Adam Teal. Teal from the right wing, 25 left to shoot, 4:20 left to play here in the first quarter. Southeast patiently working through offense. Still taking it around the perimeter, back to Patacic now on the right wing. Thought about a three, he'll turn it down. 8 to shoot, Southeast with an entry pass, they'll dump it backside, looking for the open man. Might have found him there, they turn down the shot, it's stolen away, and here comes Republic County in transition. A foul is committed, Hendricks Lund will pick up his first. And that will send the Buffaloes to the free throw line. Connor Martin will have 2 shots for his trouble. Lyric Lilly checks in for the first time. He will replace Hendricks Lund And actually, a quick correction on my part, that was called on the floor. So no free throws for Connor Martin here.
And we've seen some continuations where it's like, yeah, no, he's going to the line there.
Here it's a ball poked away. Ooh, into the crash pad hard. Almost found himself inside the weight room there, did Connor Martin, but another turnover against the Buffaloes.
And I'd like to see us expose him inside. You know, there's not a height difference and all that. Like, I would like to see either Kane or Teal put their back to the goal and call for the ball, and let's get going.
So far, that one made three-pointer, the only source of offense for the first half of the first quarter. Southeast still looking to get on the board. They give it up back to Lilly, fires a pass down low, and we have got a foul on the floor. They're going to call this one against Grayson Novak. That is the first team foul against Republic County. Looks like Republic County will check Connor Martin. Actually, Martin picked up the first foul there. Connor Martin is out of the game here. And it remains 3-0. Southeast, quick little inbound look. Boy, they got what they wanted, but Kane Sawyers just shoves the shot wide.
And that becomes my frustration with this team, is that we shy away from contact. Kane has got to continue to go downhill and go get a layup there. It's wide open. Go play through the contact.
3:15 remaining first quarter. Again, both offenses still very dry. That ball poked out. Lyric Lilly playing good defense, and Lilly is going to force the turnover where Republic County doesn't like it, but that's a great play there by Lyric.
And he's kind of been that energizer off the bench. He's got the ability to score for us, right? But defensively, he does a lot of good things for us as well. He's kind of that scrapper on the floor, you know, doing all the little things to help us win.
It has been, I think it's fair to say, an ugly start to this game for both teams, as
absolutely.
We've got a total of 6 turnovers, 4 fouls, and 1 made field goal.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas, Thanksgiving, do we eat too much? Do we, it's all those things combined.
I know I did.
Yes.
Here's a 3 from the corner, and Southeast responds. There you go. Adam Teal knocks down the triple, and this game is tied.
And, man, I've just been so impressed with Adam this season. I mean, he's really kind of just put this team on his back, and he's done a lot of good things, and he's been able to step out and hit those shots.
Here on the other side, there's the downhill action we talked about. And you wonder if this officiating crew knows that that's the style for Republic County, because they're emphasizing to the players that the fouls are on the floor.
Yep.
First personal foul called against Adam Teal. It will be an inbound from the baseline here for Aiden Morris. And he will immediately find his teammate. Boy, that was a little too easy as Corey Nooch knocks down the 2-footer. Back to a 5-3 lead with 2:25 left to go. Republic County out in front. Southeast will fire a 3-pointer this time from the left wing. Nothing doing for Isaiah Kerr, and the rebound is hauled in by the Buffaloes.
And I don't mind that shot from Isaiah. I want to see him shoot that more and more and more. You know, you get one to go down, you get a little confidence, and he can light it up.
Coach Flax told us pregame the big point of emphasis is Southeast forces a 5th turnover. He said, we want to make sure our opponents don't have to respect 3 guys. They have to respect 5.
Absolutely. And that's been, I mean, he's so true, though, because, you can play off of the other 2 and just try to shut down the 3.
Tristan Swank working inside after checking in for Southeast of Saline. Tiernan Potacek works it around on the outside. Southeast of Saline back to Lyric Lilly, and Lilly will take the contact. That foul will go against Grady Simpson. I am all over the place. That's on Aiden Morris. That is his first personal. Connor Martin checks back in for Republic County. Hendricks Lund is back in for Southeast of Saline. He will replace Isaiah Kerr. SES gets the ball in here. They do so to Tiernan Potacek. Fresh 35 to work with. Potacek downhill right to the cup, and there you go. Tiernan Potacek's first basket of the game. It will not be his last.
No, it absolutely will not be.
Trojans back to work on the defensive end. This game is tied up 5 apiece. First quarter scoring will be easy to calculate. And we have got a 5-second call, and that is the second of 6 turnovers forced by Lyric Lilly. Just right up in the grill of Grady Simpson, did not give him an inch.
And the thing is, too, is for me, is like now offensively, we've got a really good lineup if Lund and Tiernan will drive downhill and find one of those guys to kick it to if it's not there.
Kane Sawyers is back into the ball game. Southeast of Saline will try to take it downhill. Nothing doing for Hendricks Lund. And the one thing you notice right away, the difference in the benches, just from a depth perspective, it is staggering.
Yep.
I know you're used to seeing that. I am not used to seeing that for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and it's just kind of been what we've dealt with all year. I think the guys are used to it and they're ready for it.
Republic County still working through offense. They've got it back to Simpson. Fires a pass down low on the block. 10 seconds left to shoot. A lot of contact. Clean block. Now it's Swank. And Swank is going to draw a foul. Southeast will take it the other way. We'll have to see who that one goes against. They're talking to Corey Nooch. And it will be against Corey Nooch.
Okay.
We said it was going to be a grinded-out type of game. I don't think either one of us expected this.
No.
See what Southeast wants to do. There's only a 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Realistically, you could play for the final shot of the quarter if you want. Southeast goes down low to Swank. Has to be careful. Kicks out. Here's a three-pointer, and it goes. Lyric Lilly knocks down the game's third three-pointer, and Southeast takes their first lead of the night. 10 seconds left to go. Whatever Republic County is going to do, they have to do it fast. Instead, they turn it over again. Their 7th turnover of this game. Lilly up the floor. It leads to a layup at the buzzer. Tiernan Potacek puts it in the cup, and Southeast of Saline closes out the quarter on an 8-0 run. That is our Everhart Precision Ag Precision pass of the game from Lyric Lilly. We'll step away. We're back with quarter 2 when we return. Southeast up 10-5 on KINA.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
10-5 is our score at the end of the first quarter. Coverage of this game, and both of these games are presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Also want to take this moment to thank a few other folks for their sponsorship of Southeast of Saline basketball, including APAC Shears, Frisbee Construction, Copyco, and Isaacson Truck Line. Had a long conversation, still a conversation between Francis Flax, and I believe we've got an official. Oh, we got an official that needs a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Trying to patch him up. It's been that kind of physical game, right?
Yeah.
Even the refs are getting in on the fun.
You know, and there before that collision with Tristan, I always say I'd never get in his way. That is too big of a boy.
No, sir. The offensive line instincts kicking in as Southeast of Saline picks up the action. They closed out the quarter on a 7-0 run. But the biggest thing to me, Kevin, the turnover count, 7 committed by Republic County, only 2 by my count for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and I mean, that's huge for us. And that's kind of been our MO. We've taken care of the ball really, really well at times this season. It's the late game situations that have kind of sunk us.
That's what Francis Flax talked with me a little bit about pregame. He said just trying to find ways to finish and close out some of these tight games. But you've also got to think Southeast's early season gauntlet has prepared them for whatever they're going to face down the stretch. Here, it's a ball stripped and taken away. Connor Martin forcing the third Southeast turnover of the day. And then a foul on his way by. Hendricks Lund will commit it. And for Lund, that'll be his second personal foul.
And those are the frustration fouls because Hendricks is such a big part of this team. You pick up 2 fouls like that, at some point in time, you got to go sit.
Foul trouble is just something this year's team cannot afford at any point in time. Southeast of Saline back to work here. They lead 10-5, but right now they find themselves on defense. A through pass, a lot of contact, and finally a whistle. We'll see who this one goes against. I believe it'll go on Kane Sawyers, and if it does, that'll be his first personal foul.
And that's been one thing you talk about foul trouble. We've seen guys with 4 fouls, and it's not even halftime, and they're still out there playing, for us.
Yep.
And I mean, you know the adage, you pick up 2 fouls, you're done for the half. You won't see it till the third quarter.
No choice.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
As the first free throw goes for Grayson Novak. But if there's one guy you trust to navigate that, it might be a crafty old veteran like Francis Flax. He's seen his fair share of unique situations.
Yes.
Novak got the first free throw. His second is right on through. And by the way, those free throws were the first that either team had attempted in this game. They both belong to Republic County. It's a 2-for-2 trip.
Yep. And defensively, we've been really solid. We've kind of come down on a couple of their drivers, but other than that, we played them pretty solid and kept them out of those driving lanes.
Southeast found a little consistency on the offensive end, but once Republic County has settled into the half court, the Trojans have struggled to get open looks. Here they're trying to get it down low. Instead, they will turn it over. 4th of the night on Southeast of Saline, taken that time by Aiden Morris. This is also a league that has improved across the board over the last couple of seasons. Beloit always good. Sacred Heart consistently competing for 2A state titles. And here comes Republic County. Aiden Morris knocks it down. That is his first make of the night. And all of a sudden, Republic County back within 1, and they turn Southeast over again.
And those are going to be the things that are just going to frustrate you to no end, because there's no ball movement. Everything is stagnant, and that's not how we built this league. We were doing a lot of good things offensively, and now we've kind of reverted back to that stalemate of a 3-3 game for so long in the first quarter.
Timeout called. Francis Flax wants to take a moment and talk things over while we've got a quick break in the action. Want to remind you that the Southeast of Saline Booster Club helps bring you live coverage to showcase our exceptional student athletes and build that purple power. It is a great day to be a Trojan. Also, don't forget to check out our Salina Post Facebook page and at S-Post Sports on X after the game and all season long to see video highlights from around the area. Proudly presented by Billings Group. Kevin, overall, 6:16 left to go. Southeast up 10-9. What has been kind of your takeaway from the way that this game has gone down here early in the first half?
A little sloppy on our end. Turnovers and all that. You kind of expect that kind of coming out of a long break. But we've seen really good offense at times. We've seen, really bad offense at times. But I think the consistency thing, finding that lineup that's going to work, and they've got a really good lineup out there right now, and just continue to make Republic County move the ball.
Here, unfortunately, it's another turnover on Southeast of Saline. They're still looking for their first basket of the second quarter. Buffaloes seem to have settled in a little bit more on the offensive end. They got the bucket from Aiden Morris and the 2 free throws for Grayson Novak. Still looking to shake the defense loose and really not being given a lot of lanes to run downhill. Here it's a clean block on the outside. They will save it, will the Buffaloes, but they've got just 8 seconds left to get a shot up. They will pull the ball out. They want to run it with Grady Simpson. He steps to the right, fires it back at the free throw line. Aiden Morris heaves up a shot at the buzzer. That is no good, and we have got a jump ball. The arrow will keep it right here with Republic County. This is also potentially a big game with historical implications. Southeast of Saline has not lost to Republic County since 2013 on the boys' side. The shot heaved up by Connor Martin, but you got to think in the back of the minds of Republic County, they know that, and they know that they want to pick up that first win as Southeast is called with an over and back.
And a lot of these turnovers, they're just self-induced. They're not, it's not necessarily a pressure situation or anything like that. We just continue to keep picking our dribble up in terrible locations, and then they, they kind of sit there and they bring a trap over, and then we turn the ball over.
Kind of feels like they compound a little bit too, right? Mm-hmm. Southeast had 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Since then, they have committed 7. Quick movement down low. This ball finds Aiden Morris. His back to the basket shot is good, and boy, that's now back-to-back buckets for Aiden Morris as the Buffaloes reclaim the 11-10 lead.
Yeah, and that's a nice little turnaround shot. I mean, tip your cap to him. Sawyer's had pretty good defense on him. But for us, we just need to run quality offense. We need to make this Buffs team move sideline to sideline.
Southeast still searching for their first bucket of the second quarter. Approaching the halfway mark, 4:37 left to go. Ball back on the outside into the hands of Adam Teal. Now they kick it into the corner. Three-pointer, rims in and out, no good. Rebound tipped away, comes back to a white jersey. Stop and pop for Lyric Lilly. That won't go. And the rebound finds its way to a red jersey this time around.
And for me, right now, I want to see Southeast be just so aggressive defensively and quit giving them lanes.
Well, there's a lane and there's a bucket for Connor Martin. He is the primary scoring threat. He was held in check in the first quarter, but boy, since then, Southeast has given up a bucket there to him and now looking to stop what has turned into a big Republic County lead. Here's Tiernan Potacek. Tiernan's been a little quieter tonight than I think Southeast would have liked, but there you go. He gets him on the board here in the second.
And that's just going to be what it's going to be with him because he's such a good scorer. They're going to try to take him away. So somebody else has got to be able to ease the defense to get him involved.
Great clean block. Southeast will throw it ahead. Potacek lays it in, and it's a little 4-0 Tiernan Potacek run.
And this is all just kind of set up by this three-quarter press.
Put Southeast back in the driver's seat, 14-13. Aiden Morris, that's a travel. And Republic County will commit their, looks like, 9th turnover of the day. Tristan Swank and Hendricks Lund are back in the ball game for Southeast of Saline. Kane Sawyers and Lyric Lilly will take a seat. 3:18 remaining here in the first half. Potacek starting to get involved, starting to get the offense rolling again. You wonder if they might try to target him. Here, Potacek, a step back three. A little too strong that time. The rebound knocked away, and it will be Republic County basketball. Coming up on our Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report, we'll talk with Shauna Smith about a successful day for the girls team, 60-24. That conversation presented by Frisbee Construction. Here at Southeast, another lane to run downhill. This time Republic County just cannot hit the shot. And Southeast will take it right back. They will fire it out on the baseline. Should be an easy look. Might have rushed it a little bit that time. Did Hendricks Lund. And Southeast just not converting even on the looks that you want to see them take.
Yeah, and just those simple bunnies, you've got to be able to convert those to put the pressure back on the Buffs.
2:25 remaining before halftime. Still a 14-13 Southeast of Saline lead. Republic County back to work. Grady Simonson had it. He gives it up back to Connor Martin. Martin picked up defensively by Isaiah Kerr. Gets a screen, sets, fires, and misses short. That three ball has not really been there for either team. Just 3 total makes in this game. Here, Southeast will turn down the three to settle into their half-court offense.
And here's the problem with, the Buffs when they bring the ball up the court. They're so late getting there. By the time they get to run offense, there's only 10 seconds left on the clock.
Ball thrown back into Swank. He'll find Potacek, who can't hit it on the run down. But you're right. I mean, whenever Republic County has settled into that half-court defense, there has not been much in the way of open looks for Southeast.
And the frustrating thing is, you either got to try to help somebody get open by setting a screen or something like that, or you've got to have really good ball movement. And if you allow that ball to stall there, you allow the defense to catch up. So all the hard work you've done is for nothing now. They've got to continue to make them move sideline to sideline.
Tiernan Potacek collects a foul. It'll be his first personal as Brecken Gaither checks out of the game. Carson Strubing coming in to replace him. For as deep as Republic County looks in terms of total players sitting on the bench, they really only go about 8 deep.
Yeah.
They get it in here to Connor Martin, fresh 35 to go, 1:35 in the quarter, and whoa, tough take, but it goes for Grayson Novak, a very flat shot, but it falls nonetheless, and Republic County leads 15-14.
It just reminded me of one of those deals where you're trying to get that and one call, and you just kind of throw it up, and you didn't get the foul, but it goes in anyways.
Yeah, this is technically a shot.
Yeah, right?
Southeast back to work. Patachik thought about a three, splits the defense, fires it down low to Tristan Swank, who lays it in with the right hand. That was a beauty. And a candidate for our smart play of the game presented by Smart Insurance.
And see right there, just, that facilitation that Tiernan can have, by drawing the defense in and using their aggressiveness against them and then finding Tristan to have the great vision on the backside cutting. But you know what? That play doesn't work if Tristan doesn't see it as well. So it's just a matter of everybody kind of working together out there.
Lyric Lilly checks in. He replaces Isaiah Kerr, Southeast of Saline, back on defense as we are inside the final minute of quarter number 2. 50 seconds left to go. SES with a slim 1-point lead in what has been a very low-scoring affair between two league teams in the NCAA. Looking off the ball screen. Contested three-pointer flies. Nothing doing that time. Southeast of Saline cleans up the rebound off the miss for Connor Martin. SES quickly down the floor, and a travel called on Tiernan Patachik. And Southeast will give it right back.
And, I was just going to say with the shot clock the way it is, years past, if you're about in that 50-second range, you could see teams just run out that last 50 seconds by standing there, and this does make the game flow a little bit better too.
Certainly does. It feels more like basketball to me, at least.
Yeah.
Now it's Republic County with the shot clock turned off. If they want, they can take the time down and play for the final shot. That is likely what we will see. As Aiden Morris has the ball, he will put the car in neutral. Now passes off with 10 seconds left to go. They want to go on an entry pass, kicking out. They will turn down the three. Now it comes back to Connor Martin. Time down to 3, down to 2. Martin tries to get downhill. Chucks it in the general direction of the rim. He missed it badly, but Corey Nooch is there for the cleanup job, and he will put in an alley-oop to give Republic County a 17-16 lead at the halftime break. We will step away when we come back. It's time for our Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. Southeast trails Republic County 17-16 here on KINA.
For specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first-half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. Tyler Henry joined here by Kevin Lilly. 17-16 the lead for the Republic County Buffaloes on the string of a Corey Nooch alley-oop. It was a missed three-pointer that kind of led to the stick back, and by virtue of that, Republic County holds a slim lead here at the end of the first half. Your overall first half thoughts, Kevin Lilly, before we get into some of the numbers?
I just think, it was just kind of sloppy. We didn't really play our game. I don't know that Republic County dictated to us. I just think we just had some silly stuff go on, and then we couldn't, we had all the momentum coming out of the first quarter, and then started the second quarter with, 4 or 5 possessions with just turnovers and never could find a groove to kind of come out of it.
Let's take a look at our first half stats presented by the Bank of Teskid, and we've got individual scoring numbers for Southeast of Saline. They have been led by Tiernan Patachik, 8 points for him so far, a big 3 for Lyric Lilly, a big 3 for Adam Teal, 2 points for Tristan Swank, and that's the rundown on Southeast of Saline's scoring in the first half. Meanwhile, for Republic County, it's 5 points for Connor Martin, 4 points for Grayson Novak, 4 points for Aiden Morris, and 4 points for Corey Nooch. That is the scoring on the other side for Republic County. We are joined now by a triumphant Shauna Smith, 60-24, the final for her team in the girls' game. And Coach, I thought it was a game that, really, a couple of early buckets back and forth, but your team goes on an 18-0 run. I felt like that really kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I thought we kind of got our press kind of did a good job of getting things going, got some tip balls, got some transition stuff. To get us going there, and then it kind of opened some other things up. Girls got comfortable. I thought we got off to a good start.
It's been a lot of fun to watch, your two big freshmen from a year ago, Reese Heinrich and Kaya Samuelson, kind of grow up here in their sophomore seasons. 19 points at the half for Reese Heinrich. I thought she really carried the scoring load. What did you like out of her offensive performance tonight?
She just has the motor. I mean, like on her motor, and she has to play. The point guard brings the ball up every single time. She's playing at the top of our press. She's always there, and then she's also guarding, the point guard usually, and so she's kind of doing all those things there. But to be a complete player, those are the things you have to do. So she's doing a really good job of stepping in and shooting the ball this year.
I know from a scoring perspective, Kaya's probably going to look back at this game and feel like maybe she could have done more, but her defense is so excellent. She gives you so much effort on all facets of the game, and I thought even if she wasn't scoring a ton, she played well tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought we did overall, like just said, even besides points wise, we just did some other things good. As far as just like you said in our press there, everybody kind of got up in the passing lanes and made some things happen for us.
Was Sutton Douglas 3-pointer on your bingo card when you came into the gym tonight?
She's actually been working on that to be able to shoot that, and so when we had that opportunity, it's like you shoot one, you kind of all of a sudden you get that confidence that she can shoot it, and so that's kind of one of the things. I mean, we're going to run it for her. She can do it.
I know Republic County is a team that you kind of expect to beat coming into a game like this. It feel like, you took care of business, but at the same time, it's nice to not struggle with the team you expect to beat handily. You feel like you saw everything you wanted to see out of your team in this game?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you want to run. We didn't know if we ran our offense very, real well. We kind of worked a lot of that over break, working on some different things. But sometimes that is hard to do also, because a couple times we had layups and we were kind of pulling the ball back out, whatever. So that's kind of hard to say, whatever. But I felt like we didn't look like we had taken 10 days off from break, whatever.
Well, and a couple of dry spells here and there, but we talk about just the consistency in the scoring. I thought for the most part we saw that again tonight. Your team shared the ball well, I thought.
Yeah, we do a pretty good job of that, sharing the ball and hitting the next person that's open. We drive into the baseline, hitting that person the other opposite side, then moving the ball if they're covered. I thought we do a good job with that.
Last question for you here, Coach. Overall, you take a look at a bunch of big league games coming up for your team. Where would you like to see maybe the biggest step taken forward through these next 4 games?
We gotta be in our half court offense. We gotta be a little more sound there. Tonight I thought our defense was kind of we didn't do maybe some of the principles that we like to do all the time. We only did them 50% of the time, where we got to get to where we do them all the time. So that way we have that consistency and we just know what to expect of each other. So I thought we kind of let things go. But again, sometimes it's hard in a game like this, whatever. But overall, I thought we did a pretty good job tonight.
Well, Coach Smith, thank you for stopping by. Congrats on the win.
All right, thank you.
Once again, that was head coach Shauna Smith, presented by Frisbee Construction. Her squad takes down Republic County 60-24 is the final score. We will step away for about 3 minutes. When we come back, we'll continue the Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime show. You're listening to it right here on KINA and watching on the Salina Post Sports Network, courtesy of Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
It's natural to think that insurance is complicated, but at Farmers Agency, we know a thing or two about helping to make it easier by explaining your available coverage options. And with over 25 years of experience in insurance, we can help you through the process step by step. Call Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to learn more today.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, bum.
Are you looking to upgrade your home with high-quality flooring and appliances? Look no further than Salina Appliance and Flooring. We're your one-stop shop for all your home improvement needs. We offer a wide selection of flooring and appliance options. Visit our showroom today located at 740 North 9th or our website at salinaappliance.com.
The Appliance Center, your local, trustworthy, and family-owned appliance dealer, providing sales, service, and parts for Salina and the surrounding area since 1980. The Appliance Center, just north of Ace Hardware on Broadway in the red and white building. Stop in today and experience the Appliance Center difference.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash. This is the 2-in-1 removable agitator. This Whirlpool washer has flexible capacity. You can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items of smaller loads. This opens up space in the wash tub and allows you to wash bulky items like comforters with no problems. Shop at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center. Quality service with every purchase. Located on South 9th next to Genesis Health Clubs.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back to action as we come out of the halftime break. Again, that was the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. And here we are. 17-16 is the lead for Republic County. Kevin Lilly, give us your second half keys presented by New Image Audio.
For me in the second half, I just think that it's about us taking care of the basketball and really dictating to Republic County what we want them to do. I don't think we've quite got into that yet. And defensively, I think a little pressure, maybe three-quarter court pressure to kind of stop them and slow them down even more from getting downhill. But I think overall, we've done a pretty good job coming out of break, but I think now it's time to ratchet it up a little bit.
Quick check of our area's scoreboard. Sacred Heart is up 53-27 on Minneapolis. That is a girls' game late in the fourth quarter. Of course, here, Southeast took care of business on the girls' side, 60-24. Now it's the boys' turn to try to complete the sweep, and wow, that's a good start. Kane Sawyers right out of the break knocks down a little turnaround jumper to put the Trojans ahead.
And that's what we kind of talked about with Kane. You know what I mean? You got to get down there and play physical.
Kane Sawyers with that make becomes the fifth different Trojan to score in this game. That's a reassuring sign for Southeast as well. Both teams have switched sides. All 10 starters are out there on the floor for Southeast. That's Sawyers, Lund, Kerr, Potachik, and Teal. For Republic County, Novak, Morris, Gaither, Martin, and Nooch. They work it around, dump it down low, wide open. Yeah, somebody fell asleep on an assignment, and Aiden Morris hits the easiest layup of the night.
And that's the one play that Republic County continues to keep running because they continue to have success with it. We get, our help side guy just falls asleep.
Here, Southeast will be fouled. 2 free throws upcoming for Hendricks Lund as they will call the foul on Corey Nooch. As Nooch's second personal foul. And now Southeast will take their first 2 free throws of the day. And I thought it was really big in the first half, Kevin. Only 2 free throw attempts for Republic County, a team that loves to live at the line.
Yeah, and to me, it's just we cut off angles to them to not get there. But we also had, and I'm just going to say this, really good, officiating. We didn't have a lot of bailout calls on either side. Like, if you got downhill and you missed it, then it was what it was. There was no bailout calls.
1 for 2, trip to the line. The way the officials are calling the game, and more importantly, the way the officials have been talking to the players, you feel like they know the style that these two play, and they're going to let them play through maybe a little bit more than what other crews might. I respect that.
Yep, absolutely.
This ball tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast of Saline following the 1 for 2 trip at the line for Hendricks Lund. Southeast Southeast and Republic County are tied up at 19 apiece. And the way this game has gone, it might be first to 30.
Yeah, and the thing is the game really, with two teams the way that they play getting downhill, there could be no flow to a basketball game at all if you just called everything. And this way, listen, they're just going to allow them to play, and you're going to have to play through a little bit of contact.
We might be here till midnight if they call every piece of contact in this game. Here it is Aiden Morris again trying to turn the corner. He leads all Buffaloes with 6 points, and this will be a shooting foul. Maybe we should have knocked down some wood before making those comments about the lack of free throws, as Morris is at the line shooting 2, and that will be the second personal against Tierna Patacha.
And the frustrating thing there is defensively we were in really great position until somebody goes to try to tie him up. If they just play him straight up, he's got to dish the ball.
First free throw for Aiden Morris is up and good. That'll give Republic County a 1-point lead. Second free throw on the way, left it short. Rebound knocked around, comes down to a red jersey, and another shooting foul. Well, there you go. The offensive board and then the quick get up there for Grayson Novak. Kane Sawyers picks up his second personal, and now it's Novak's turn to shoot 2.
And right there, you've got to be able to box that guy out, but you got to be able to put your rear end on him and push him out of there to where when that ball ricochets down like that, it doesn't go off of your hands. You're going to the ball instead of letting the ball come to you.
Not a factor fresh out of halftime, but you also think with a rotation of about 7 guys, fatigue, it certainly plays a role, especially late in games. This is a 1-for-2 trip. Southeast back at it, down by 2.
And usually we've been really, really good first, 2-3 quarters. We've always had that one quarter where we've kind of gone silent, and maybe that's the second quarter for us this game, and we can continue to just keep scoring here.
Here it's a three-pointer from the right wing, and that will find its way through. Kane Sawyers, who did not score in the first half, has 5 of Southeast of Saline's 6 points here in the third quarter.
And see, now we go to that three-quarter court trap, on made buckets. Those are the things that you can do if you're sinking a few field goals.
Both teams, I think, just trying to settle into some consistent routine and rhythm in this game, as you feel like if either team goes on a real run. We haven't had a real run in this game for either side other than that 7-0 Southeast run.
Yeah.
Here the ball finds its way to a wide open Brecken Gaither. It turns down the shot, and we see a lot of that, too, for Republic County, giving up open looks to try to find something better.
Yep. It's just a non-selfish, they're not very selfish, and they look for each one of their teammates, and that's good basketball.
This ball poked away, a lot of contact, and that will ultimately be the first turnover for either side here in the second half. Southeast of Saline and Republic County both cleaning it up after 9 first-half turnovers. And a quick sub is made as Grady Simpson is back in the game here.
And, with the Buffs, that's why it's kind of important for us to make those, have good offensive possessions and get buckets, because then we can get into that trap, which then slows them down, and we don't have to guard them as long.
22-21, Southeast of Saline, a chance to extend it. Isaiah Kerr picks the pocket and lays it in transition. Isaiah Kerr's first bucket comes off the first turnover of the quarter for Republic County, but the Buffs are back at the line. And if that's on Hendricks Lund, that'll be his third personal foul, and it will be. So that's a big call in a game like this. Also, Kevin, the 3 guys who have scored here in the second half did not score at all in the first half.
Yeah, there again, we're going to get some of these other guys, Teal involved, Tiernan's going to get his. You'd like to see Isaiah get a few more points and a few more shots up. And same thing with Hendricks. Hendricks is just kind of in a lull right now where he's kind of lost his confidence. He's got to regain that confidence. He's too good of a basketball player to hang his head. These are the types of things that, he's just going to – those growing pains, I guess, is what they are, for a young kid trying to find his way.
Both free throws fall for Connor Martin. That'll cut the lead down to 1. It's 24-23. Southeast of Saline with the lead and the basketball. Patacha slicing inside. Gives it up now. As the Trojans will stop and reset, they do so with Lyric Lilly. Puts us back to the basket. Double teamed. Finds Tristan Swank. But Swank cannot convert from underneath, and a chance here for the Buffaloes to tie or take the lead. And really, it feels like this entire game has been played within 5 points.
Yeah, and just there. We kind of get what we want, and we just can't finish that easy bunny. I bet we've kind of left about 6 of those short. And those are big momentum plays to try to start building some off of.
Republic County stop and pop from the free throw line. No good. Southeast pulls down the board. Here come the Trojans out on the run. Potachik has it poked out from behind. That'll go down as a steal. And Southeast turns it over. Buffaloes trying to settle into their half-court offense. We have not seen as much Connor Martin as I think we would have expected in a game like this. He averages 17 points a game. And it was a big point of emphasis for Coach Flack's pregame.
I mean, I think, anybody, you just take away their best player and make somebody else beat you.
Well, there, it's Martin on the drive. Southeast wrestles it away. And they're going to call a jump ball. The arrow will keep it with Republic County. So Southeast will have to defend a fresh 35 with 3:38 to go. And actually, they will take 2 seconds off the shot clock and drop it down to 33 seconds. Turning to the inside, picking up his dribble, trying to force it down low. Ball Plinko's off several players. Another arrow. This time will point to Southeast of Saline. The Trojans will take the ball back. Brecken Gaither back in the game here, replaces Grayson Novak.
You know what this game reminds me of?
What?
A YMCA pickup game.
A little bit.
It kind of does. It just, you know what I mean? There's just really not a ton of flow to it, and we're just kind of, it's like that first game at 6 a.m. at the Y.
Absolutely.
Right? Everybody just trying to fill their way and get going.
Well, just as you say that, there's another turnover, this one against Southeast of Salina. It's like that game before the one dude shows up that can drop 20 in any given game that won't share. And you know how it goes. Wonder if Bryson Flax has played against that guy at any point.
Yeah, and I think Bryson Flax is laid up right now. I think he tore his Achilles.
He sure did. Well, here you go. It's a steal on the other side. Southeast of Saline repays the favor, and this time it's an and one for Lyric Lilly. He will go to the line trying to complete the three-point play. First foul on Grady Simpson. Chance for Southeast to extend the lead to 2 possessions. It's 26-23. And Lilly will extend it 27-23 with 3:03 to go here in the third quarter. And a turnover in transition. Republic County gets a little excited. They send it wide of the baseline. Timeout called. We'll take it as well. 27-23, Southeast leads back in 30 seconds on KINA.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
27-23, Southeast of Saline. The Trojans with the basketball here. Coverage of this game presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Crazy as it sounds, this 5-point lead is one of the biggest that either team has had at any point in this game. It's been played within 5 points. We're at 5 points now. Southeast trying to do something to pull away here. They get the ball to Lyric Lilly. He will drop it down low to Tristan Swank. And Swank is going to lose it. Wow, I don't know about that. The ball, it looked like, pretty clearly went off of a Republic County player, but they're going to say it's Republic County basketball.
I thought it was a kickball myself, but it's kind of par for the course of the game, right?
Certainly is. Like you said, there's really no flow to it. And we're not, I don't think being overly critical. These are two teams that can play much better than this.
Yeah.
Remember, Republic County is 5-2 on the year. Southeast of Saline has had some good stretches as well, despite playing a gauntlet of a schedule. But, both teams have basically just decided that defense is going to be what dictates this game. Aiden Morris with another shot back to the basket. He has both of the 2 total field goals made by Republic County in this quarter.
And to be honest, this slow-down pace, if it's going to benefit anybody, it's going to be Southeast. It's going to be us. It's not going to benefit them. They can get up and down. They have the, more men than we do.
That's a travel against Southeast, the 4th turnover of the half. But you're right, especially with such a short bench, you feel like this style benefits Southeast from a fatigue standpoint as well.
And I feel like we've kind of taken them out of what they want to do offensively just because they like to get up and down the court, and they really haven't never, established that in this game.
Southeast back on the defensive. It's back to a 2-point game, courtesy of that Aiden Morris bucket. Here, it's Connor Martin has it poked away. Southeast diving on the floor. Picked up, now stolen a second time. This is going to be credited to Tiernan Potacek. Southeast, a little baseline jumper, and that has been the problem right there. It's, you do something good, you poke it out, you do another thing good, you get the steal, you throw it ahead, you get the wide open 6-footer, and you just can't hit it.
Yep.
That is the 5th foul committed on Southeast of Saline, so we are going the other way for free throws. As they said, Republic County had possession.
And to me, this is where Republic County wants to be. They're a good free throw shooting team, so this plays right into their offense, though.
Second personal foul on Adam Teal. First free throw here is good for Grayson Novak. And the free throws, Republic County got 2 free throw attempts in the entire first half. This is their 8th of the third quarter. And they get them both. Grayson Novak 2 for 2 at the line, and this game is tied at 27 apiece. Southeast of Saline working the ball down the floor. They will circle it around. Now back to Potacek. He's looking for a screen, picks it up from Swank, heaves it up, and he is fouled. 2 free throws upcoming for Southeast of Saline, and this will be the 4th and 5th free throw attempts for SES. That is the 3rd personal foul against Nooch. First free throw is no good. So far in this quarter, Republic County at the line is 6 of 8. Southeast of Saline starts 2 of 4. Chance to go 3 of 5 here. And Potacek, misses them both. Rebound secured by Republic County. 1:24 left to go here before the end of the third quarter. Trying to get downhill, shoveling it out. Grady Simpson turns down the 3. And you see Republic County continuing to grind this game to a halt, play at a slow pace. Something they used to do back in the olden days. And they're going to call a foul here on Southeast in the act of shooting. They will get it against Adam Teal. That is his 3rd personal foul. And it's 2 more free throws coming for Grayson Novak, who has shot a majority of the shots from the line for Republic County.
And I will tell you this, from my angle, it looked like it was a good, clean block. I thought actually they were going to put that foul on Tiernan.
A lot of ball, to be sure. As Novak hits the first of 2 here, and we've got a slew of subs on both sides. Tristan Swank is back in the game. Southeast returns Adam Teal to the bench with his 3 fouls. Still got a quarter to go. Republic County up by 1. And the free throw missed. They remain up by just 1. One for 2 trip for Grayson Novak. We enter the final minute of quarter number 3. Potacek, spin move, kicks out. Isaiah Kerr picks up his dribble, finds it through to Kane Sawyers. Good movement here for Southeast. Swank one to get downhill, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Tristan Swank. Didn't look like the feet were set, and there's no such thing as a restricted area. I think that's what Coach Flax is arguing. I don't really know what you want Swank to do there. Either way, it's his first personal foul.
I don't even know what to say there. I'm at a loss for words.
Typically on fouls, I've learned you look to the coach.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times the coach will say, yep, you got him. That was a foul, but I don't know about that one. Either way, you got to shake it off and focus on the next play. Southeast still down by 1. For the first time tonight, the student section making some noise. Republic County has it here, wasting some time. They want to go now with Aiden Morris. It's stolen away by Isaiah Kerr. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Southeast looking to repay the favor. They've got it with Potacek. Time down to 4, down to 3. Potacek from the outside, threads it through. 3 for Lilly, just off the mark. And at the end of quarter number 3, it remains a 1-point Republic County lead. They are up 28-27 as we go to the 4th and final frame. Back in 60 here on KINA. This is Southeast of Saline boys basketball, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join our professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. We're seeking dedicated individuals who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Our growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and opportunities for growth. We are committed to supporting you in your career. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply now at srhc.com or reach out to me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center, we take care of you so you can care for others.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back to basketball here in Gypsum, Kansas. To the 4th quarter we go. Southeast of Saline down 27-28. The lead in the hands of Republic County. And a quick shout out to Kansas Bankers Technologies and to Salina Fence Company for helping make today's broadcast possible. Southeast forcing a miss to start the quarter. They will bring the ball back down the floor and save it with Kane Sawyers. Here, Potacek gets downhill, missed it at the rim. And, I mean, really, if both teams hit all the shots they should have made, Southeast is probably up by double digits right now.
Yeah, and right there, that third defender came over to try to stop Tiernan and just kind of hung Tiernan out to dry there and had to double clutch it.
Another turnover against Republic County. Both teams equally sloppy in this game. Thought about a transition 3. They will give it up. Lilly trying to slice inside. Instead, they will stop and reset with Hendricks Lund. And you wonder if Lund's confidence is maybe just a little bit down. He's turned down some open looks. Here it's a miss, a putback that won't go. My goodness, Kane Sawyers puts the ball right in the center of the cup, and it still won't go down.
Yeah. That's been the night it's been, but to your point of, maybe the confidence of Hendrick Lund a little bit, he's a confident kid. He's got the ability. He's just got to go do it.
Republic County trying to stretch the lead. Now they can't hit a shot, and neither team able to get much of anything going on offense, at least nothing consistent.
Like you said, it might be the first one to 30.
Even now.
Yeah.
28-27, 6:26 left to go. It's been a tight game from start to finish. They just had no pace.
Yep.
Potacek trying to slip it down low. We got a foul called here against Aiden Morris. That'll be his second personal. And it will give Southeast a chance to return Isaiah Kerr to the game. He will replace Lyric Lilly on the other side. Corey Nooch is in, and Grady Simpson is out. Potacek will get this ball in to Adam Teal. Fresh 35 to work with here for Southeast of Saline. Southeast settling in. Still working through offense. Potacek gives it up. 20 to shoot, and an offensive foul away from the ball called against Southeast of Saline. That is against Kane Sawyers, and that is his fourth. Exactly 15 turnovers committed by both teams. The only big disparity has been in the free throw count. That's just Republic County playing Republic County basketball this year.
Yep.
They get it down low, switch to the inside, and a left-handed finish. The first basket of the game for Brecken Gaither, and the first bucket for either team here in this quarter. This ball finds its way to the baseline. It'll stay with Southeast. Trojans now down by 3. You also feel like just the way this game has gone, if either team goes on a run and gets, say, a 6-point lead, that would feel safer than it normally would.
Oh, I mean, 6-0 run or something like that, yeah, the game's over.
That foul, by the way, is the 4th personal against Corey Nooch. So southeast of Saline, dumps it down low, turnaround jumper right on through for Adam Teal. To be fair, Southeast has done what they wanted to do. They've spread their scoring out. The problem is they haven't had anybody so far tonight in double figures. The closest guy is Tiernan Potacek with 8 points.
Yeah, and I don't know how many. I'd have to go back and watch, but how many possessions we've scored on that are back-to-back? I bet it's only 1 or 2 back-to-back possessions that we've scored on. I think maybe only 1.
It has not been much. Here it's a jump ball. The arrow points to southeast of Saline. Chalk up another turnover to Republic County.
And right there, that's just a hustle play from us, stealing a potential possession and getting on the ground and tying them up.
1 point lead for the Buffaloes. Southeast of Saline can take the lead with any field goal here. Tiernan Potacek calling for the clear out, gives it up back into the hands of Adam Teal. He's got it on the right wing. Skips it through to Kane Sawyers. Now on the left wing, curling around, dumps it down low, back into the hands of Kerr. Southeast still working through offense, still playing patient offensive basketball. Time is now a factor. Time down to 8, down to 7. Back to Teal, off to Potacek. Fires a 3 for the lead, no good. And a rebounding foul is going to be called on Isaiah Kerr. That, for Kerr, will be his 3rd personal.
And that's the one thing you don't want to have happen right now, because the last thing you want to do is get them to that 5 count and get them to the line.
I think a little contention here about the shot clock. Or maybe the game clock. One of the clocks was not correct. Oh, that's big. They're going to change the foul. And they're saying it's on Hendricks Lund. So that is his 4th. I didn't see Hendricks Lund in the area.
Wasn't anywhere near. That was Isaiah Kerr that was underneath there. That was not Hendricks Lund.
There had to have been a separate foul away from the ball. Maybe. I mean, you never know at this level, but we play on 30-29. Southeast still down by 1. Aiden Morris realizes that he's wide open underneath and, just takes it up himself and scores again for Republic County.
And right there, all we're doing is we're going for a pump fake. Like, he's going to throw the ball out like we're going to steal it, and then we leave him, we don't go man and goal, right? We pop out, and then he gets an easy layup.
Final 4 minutes, the Republic County folks making some noise, and Hendricks Lund will answer them with a bucket. 32-31, 1 point lead for Republic County. Final 4 minutes, Southeast falls asleep, and an easy transition bucket for Connor Martin. Southeast is going to get their own open look, but it's blocked away. My goodness, Aiden Morris, that's just an athletic play. Gets up in a pin block, and now a timeout called as Republic County wants to take a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 34-31. 4 minutes left to play. Southeast of Saline basketball when we return. Presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
New Image is offering ceramic tint. If you are sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, and it helps keep wear down on the AC system, making the car easier to cool down. Never worry about you or your kid locking their keys in the car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car for them from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside services find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, your official tinting establishment for over 14 years, located at 340 South Broadway in Salina. Phone calls are welcome.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
34-31, Republic County with the lead. Southeast of Saline back on defense. 3:25 left to go in a game that It's not been pretty, but for both teams, you'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. And one of these teams will come out of here with a victory. Republic County hoping it's their first win over Southeast boys since 2013, and that is a good start as Connor Martin scores an awkward off-balance shot, and the lead for the Buffaloes is up to 5.
And that was just a little back cut. We over pursue, and they back cut us, and he goes in and gets an easy 2.
This is where we've seen Southeast at times run out of gas. They almost turned it over here, but instead, a foul committed by Republic County. Brecken Gaither picks up his first. That's big for Southeast. They would have turned it over otherwise.
Yep. They were bailed out there.
This 5-point lead, by the way, it's the biggest of the night for Republic County. It's just been that kind of game. Neither team has really been able to get a foothold. Southeast needs a bucket here. Potachik off balance, can't hit it. Rebound taken in though, and Southeast with a stick back and one. Adam Teal drops it in the cup, and Southeast with a chance to cut the lead to 2.
And I thought for a quick second I know that over the back call is no longer an over the back call, but that's kind of where I thought they were going with that.
Teal at the line, a big free throw with 2:50 to go. And he drills it. Timeout, Southeast will keep it right here. It is a full timeout. And we do want to thank a few folks for helping sponsor today's coverage, including the Southeast of Saline Education Foundation, Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, Salina Ortho, Mary Maids, Suburban Appliance, and Stardust Trophy. Kevin, a tight game. Southeast's biggest struggle this year has been in closing out games. What do you have to see from the Trojans to close out this one?
Well, for me, and calling their games all year long, it's those turnovers at the inopportune time, right? So we've kind of got ourselves back into the game, right? You've got to be able to cut really, really well, and you've got to be able to go to the basket, right? And you've got to be able to go to get the basketball, and you've got to rebound. Those are some of the things that we don't do very well in the game situations that we've got to correct if we're going to be able to win these close games.
So shooting, scoring, defense, and rebounding.
I'm a genius. Just listen to me for more basketball tips, right?
Kevin Lilly, everybody.
But we just haven't done those things very well. Like, we've turned the ball over, right? We don't go to the passes, and we let somebody run a lane on us, and it's always one of those at just the wrong time, and it just kind of turns everything around.
Tierna Potachik has not scored in the second half of this game. I'm not saying the game hinges on that, because it doesn't, but you feel like if he can get going, if you have to give the ball to somebody late in the game to take an important shot, Tiernan has definitely been one of those guys this year for Southeast. First, it's going to have to be defensive.
Yeah.
As they will dial up the full court press and nearly get the steal they were looking for. Boy, they didn't miss out on that by much.
Yep.
Republic County is able to break the press, though, 28 to shoot. 2:41 left to go in the game. This ball is poked back out. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Lyric Lilly. The problem I have with that is there was contact, and there was enough contact to call a foul, but he stepped back over the line before that happened.
Before any of it even happened.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's complaining about that. He thinks everybody's complaining that the foul call was made. No, there was contact there, like you said. He just stepped over the line before the foul, before it even occurred.
I mean, the good thing for Lyric, that's his first personal. I didn't even know anyone had a first personal left to give. So here we go. 2:30 left to play. Republic County with the basketball, up by 2. They will work it around. Aiden Morris has it on the left wing. He wants to dump this down low. Last touch by Southeast, and it will stay with Republic County. You're going to hear some moans and groans, but that's the right call there.
I think so. I think the reason that you're hearing the moans and groans is usually when the ball's tipped, he shows that it's tipped right away, and he did not until the ball was out of bounds.
Fair enough. The officials are huddling up. They want to make sure they get this right, but oh, wow. I don't know if you believe in makeup calls,
there was
Kevin Lilly, but that.
We just received one.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Southeast of Saline is back in business. Now the question is, can they capitalize? Adam Teal had an and one stick back. That got Southeast back within 2, and they are looking to do the exact same thing here. Underneath, there's the look. It's missed by Southeast. Boy, that was the one they wanted, and they could not finish.
But you can see, though, we've stepped it up defensively a little bit here, right? We're making them do a lot of things they don't like to do that they don't do very well.
Ball poked away. It will stay with Republic County. 22 on the shot clock, 1:55 on the game clock. And Republic County will inbound it in front of their own bench with Brecken Gaither. The problem child in the fourth quarter so far has been Aiden Morris. Connor Martin's gotten himself going as well. That 1-2 punch has been good all year for the Buffaloes.
And we'll go back to it, but this is really where...
Ooh, offensive foul called against Grayson Novak, and Southeast is gifted life once again.
And this is what I was just going to say about the shot clock. This is the situation where you get to continue to play real basketball, even being up 2. You can't just bleed the clock. You've got to run something.
It's been a nice addition, to be sure. Southeast has been gifted now a third opportunity to tie or take the lead. SES shovels it out to Tiernan Potacek. He wants to float it down low. They've got what they want. It's another point-blank miss. Offensive rebound taken in. Teal kicks it out. Southeast can reset. 12 to shoot. Put up by Lilly for the tie. No good. That is the 5th different shot Southeast has taken in an effort to tie or take the lead, and they are 0 for 5. And do we have another offensive foul? No. This is going to be a frustration foul on Lyric Lilly. That will be his second. It is Southeast's 5th, and now both teams are in the bonus for the final minute and 9 seconds.
That's probably the 4th possession in a row that the score's been 34-36, and we've missed that bunny that we needed to get us over the top.
Remember, with 2:50 remaining in the first quarter, it was 3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, this game has been bookended by no scoring on either side. First free throw here, though, is no good. Grady Simpson looking for his first points of the game, and he won't get them. 0 for 2 at the line, and Southeast of Saline with a score frozen in time and another chance to tie or take the lead. 36-34. We are inside the final 60 seconds. SES looking for a shot. Kane Sawyers has it on the right wing. He'll circle around to the top of the key, gives it back up to Lyric Lilly. 13 on the shot clock, 46 to play. They find Isaiah Kerr from the free throw line. Dumps it down low. Another wide open look. That won't go. Adam Teal can't hit it.
But even here, we've got a foul, right? You've got a foul here. You got to put him at the line.
Yep, there's a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A timeout is taken by Republic County. We will keep it right here. The thing that kills you is that at the end of the day, you've had 6 opportunities to make something of this. Republic County has not put any points on the board, and like you said, it feels like it's been 36-34 forever.
Yeah, I want to say, like, we got to that point at right around the 3-minute mark. I mean, they've had 36 since the 3-minute mark. But here's the thing, right? So you have to foul. You have to extend the game out at this point. There's just not enough time. So you foul, you put them at the line, But even then, I think this is where we've talked, kind of Tiernan time, right? So it's time for Tiernan. He always kind of seems to be that clutch guy for us that, can knock down a big-time 3 or an and 1 situation here. But here, offensively, like, you want to be as aggressive as you can, right? You're going to foul regardless, so shoot a gap, do something, and try to get us a turnover to go the other way.
It was interesting to me that Republic County called the timeout there because you give Southeast a chance to steal. They were going to have to foul anyway, and until they figured that out, time was ticking off the clock. I thought all of that was working in Republic County's favor, but nonetheless.
That was my thought. I thought Lyric had fouled him because that was the right call, and then this guy down here their coach here calls a timeout.
So here we go. 33 seconds left to go. There's a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lyric Lilly will quickly commit the foul. It'll be just his 3rd, and it will send Grady Simpson to the free throw line. He is 0 for 2, but he has a great chance to start lining up the nails around the Trojan coffin. Remember, the Buffaloes are up by 2. He can put them up by 2 possessions if he sinks both here.
Well, and with the way that you can extend the game, even if he makes both, right there he makes the first one, even if he makes both, you can really extend this game out, but we've got to go quickly offensively.
And have to get something to go through the nylon. Second free throw, it's a big one. He missed it. It remains a 3-point game with 30 seconds to go. Southeast of Saline back down the floor. And a quick timeout is called by Francis Flax, who wants to take this moment and set something up. Like you said, with the way you can extend the game, there's no reason to rush. Well, you do need to rush if you're going to get 2, but you don't have to settle for a 3-pointer here. You've got a lot of options if you're Southeast.
Yeah, I think so. The first one is defensively they're going to try to take Tiernan out. Can you use that aggressiveness against them and maybe not leave it in Tiernan's hands so long, back cut somebody? But our problem is, we've gotten really good looks. We just haven't finished at the goal here in the last 3 minutes. So, it might be one of those things where you run Tiernan off a double screen off to the sideline and find him in the corner and let him bury a 3 and get this game tied up.
Southeast of Saline in this game, they have 3 made 3-pointers, 1 for Kane Sawyers, 1 for Lyric Lilly, and 1 for Adam Teal. But aside from that, most of their points have come just finding people open underneath, a couple of good stick backs, and that's kind of been the other thing. We talked about the missed shots, but also no offensive boards, no second chance opportunities during this final 4-minute stretch.
Nope. And I think the frustrating thing to look back is, you've kind of dictated this game defensively, and you've played really, really well, and you've kind of taken Republic County out of what they like to do, But on the offensive end, we can't put back-to-back possessions together of quality offense. We either have a turnover or we miss a bunny, to be able to stack up, a 5-0, a 7-0 run, which we should have had a couple of them.
Well, it's crunch time for Southeast of Saline now. Down by 3. The shot clock turned off, and they will get the ball in to Isaiah Kerr. 20 seconds left to go. Kerr picked up by Martin on the defensive end. Comes back out to Tiernan Potachik on the left wing. He is looking for a screen, calls for it. Instead, he goes back to Kerr. They will circle it around the cylinder, but time is winding down to 8-7. Lilly back to the basket, heaves it up, can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound. Oh, and an offensive foul is the call. They're going to say Adam Teal committed a push. That will send Republic County the other way, and they can shoot free throws that could effectively put this game to bed. Realistically, it's probably over already. 4 seconds to go, 2-possession lead for Republic County in this. 1 possession lead for Republic County. This is the icing on the cake if they can knock it down. Aiden Morris at the line. That's who you'd want at the line. His first free throw is good. Clanked it off the back iron, but it found the soft spot. And a full timeout is called by Republic County before Morris's second free throw.
And you could look at a late game situation and say, well, we just didn't do this or didn't do that. Like this game, it's going to, I go back to the first quarter. I go back to the way that we kind of started it. Coming out of break, I just didn't feel like, we approached this game with an energy standpoint of very much energy to start the game. And if you start the game and you don't have energy, it kind of you try to find a way to get that energy back, and sometimes you just can't flip that switch on, and you are who you are, and you just don't play well.
Adam Teal hit the stick back and 1 to tie the game with 3 minutes left to go. It was 34-34, and as the final 3 minutes and multiple possessions elapsed, it's just been a lack of scoring that seems to have done the Trojans in. 1 more free throw coming up for Aiden Morris, but it's a little more than window dressing with 4 seconds to go in a 4-point game. Southeast will try to run it down and heave up a shot, but it looks like Southeast of Saline is going to fall to 1-6. Morris from the stripe. Second free throw. He left it short. And what do we got, a lane violation?
On the shooter.
Okay. It almost looked like he tried to leave it short on purpose to try and go get it.
Yeah. Which you didn't need to do that. You could have just made it. Or just missed it. And let it go.
Either way.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that was going to prolong the game.
Yeah.
4 seconds to go. Southeast down by 4. They get it into Isaiah Kerr. He'll heave up a 3 at the buzzer, and it will not go. Well, for the first time since 2013, Republic County will come away with a win against Southeast of Saline on the boys' side. They do so 38-34. We will be back to wrap it up when we return with our Commercial Tire Center post-game report. That is next here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Southeast wins! Southeast of Saline wins! Trojan fans, it's not too late to get your 2024 state championship merch or to get custom gear to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 2005 state championship team at Copyco. In addition to great SES gear that you can wear all year round, Copyco also offers custom printing so you can support any student athlete in any activity from football and basketball to choir and band. See them at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here on the Commercial Tire Center's post-game report, 38-34 is the final score here from Gypsum. Southeast of Saline's boys fall to Republic County for the first time since 2013. It's a renewed Republic County squad, and it must be said, this athletics program as a whole has taken a step forward. You look at what they did. They came in 5-2. They're going to improve to 6-2 overall. They are also improving to 3-1 in league play. It was not always pretty, but Kevin Lilly, you got to tip your cap to a team that found a way to come in and get a win on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hostile environment. You know, they're on the road. They hadn't beat us in quite a long time, and you could tell this game meant something to them. It was their opportunity to get that monkey off their shoulder, and they came and they did what they had to do to get a win, is basically what it comes down to.
Taking a look at some final numbers from this game, and we'll take a look at our scoring recap presented by Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Be sure to visit Dr. Westbrook and his sports injury walk-in clinic every Monday and Thursday morning for your active and sports injuries. An individual scoring from this game looks like this: 12 points for Aiden Morris. He led all scorers. 11 points for Connor Morris. Those two are the only players for either team in double figures here tonight. 8 points for Grayson Novak, 4 points for Corey Nooch, and 1 free throw for Grady Simpson, but it ended up being a crucial free throw. It pushed the lead up to 4 points for Republic County. Meanwhile, for Southeast of Saline, 6 different players scored. They did spread it out more evenly in this game, but nobody in double figures. 8 for Tiernan Potachik, 8 for Adam Teal, 6 points for Lyric Lilly, 5 for Kane Sawyers, 3 for Hendricks Lund, 2 points for Isaiah Karen, 2 for Tristan Swank. And you feel like if you get any of those guys going maybe a little bit more, you feel better about the way this one shakes out, but it was just a lot of guys chipping in a little bit that led to this one.
Yep, and that's the frustrating thing is we just couldn't string possessions together, and that's the one thing I'll look at it between the turnovers and the missed bunnies and just not being able to put multiple possessions together to be able to score to kind of put the pressure on Republic County. We never put the pressure on them, and I would have. To me, the pressure was kind of working. They weren't getting easy buckets off the pressure, but we couldn't run the pressure because we weren't making any buckets ourselves, so we couldn't get into our pressure package to try to force them into some of those easier turnovers and get easy runouts.
Taking a look at a few post-game awards to give out here. Our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game, and this one feels kind of easy to me tonight. Lyric Lilly put together a really impressive game. He had a couple of big made shots, but really it was the defense. It was the pressure. He forced a couple of critical turnovers. He secured a couple of critical rebounds. I thought he played really, really well, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's just kind of what Lyric does. Lyric, he's kind of that 5th, 6th man up there, 6th, 7th kid off the bench. He kind of has accepted his role at that, and, he watches the game and then goes in and tries to execute. But, there again, we've got to keep grinding on this thing, man. We just got to keep grinding. I believe that this team is better than we showed tonight, and they just got to keep grinding and keep sharpening that axe, and let's try to put this together.
The road will not get much easier for Southeast of Saline. The Trojans will turn and take on a very good Sacred Heart opponent. That game is coming up on Tuesday of next week. But here we're joined here by Francis Flax, coach. 38-34, the final in this one. And it really just kind of felt like, offensively you ran out of steam late. Your initial thoughts on this game?
Well, we prepared for this team. We knew that they were going to run the shot clock almost every possession. And if you don't get a lead on them and let them do that to you, then, every shot counts. And you guess what? When it got tight, we missed every shot at the rim. And we got our shots. We got the shots we wanted and just didn't connect. That's all there is to it.
Defensively in the first half, I thought you did a really good job. You only allowed 2 total free throw attempts to Republic County. They didn't get to the line much. Did you feel like anything changed in the second half just with them finding ways to get to the stripe?
Well, I don't know if I just think it was because we were reaching and slapping at them instead of getting position. I don't think it's anything to do that they did much different than they did the first half. It was us that made the mistakes.
I know you mentioned wanting to get more guys involved. At the end of the day, you had 7 different guys in scoring tonight. It felt like things were a little bit more balanced. You just didn't get that double-digit performance you maybe needed.
Well, we just got to do a better job of creating. I mean, these guys, Republic County, played us the way they had to play us to beat us, and he did a great job. And my hat's off to him. The reason I'm so disappointed is because of the fact that I thought our practices were second to none over the holidays. But then we're practicing against our own people instead of a different opponent. So we got our work cut out for us, but we'll keep going on.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Francis Flack. Southeast of Saline's guys battle. They fall 38-34 here at home. And ultimately, you take a look at the records. That'll drop Southeast to 1-6. They are now 0-2 in league play. For Republic County, they go to 6-2 overall. They are 3-1 in league play. That'll just about wrap things up for us. Southeast of Saline is back in action. Coming up on Tuesday, they will be here at home to take on Sacred Heart. That'll be potentially a ranked team on both the boys and the girls side. It should be a fun battle, a big rivalry game in the NCAA. But until then, one last time for our entire crew, I've been Tyler Henry, joined tonight by Tyler Smith and Kevin Lilly in the booth. Brian Dennett, our producer and engineer on the Salina Post sports side. Chris Cadle, producing and engineering, back in studio control in the KINA studios here in Salina. Thank you so much for tuning in. Southeast girls get the win 60-24. The boys fall 38-34. You caught both games right here on KINA and on Salina Post, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters.